Toast to the gods. She a one, a masterpiece. She a drug, got a fast release. Got me sprung, wrapped in sheets. Wake up, and then we going back to sleep. I just don't wind up on beep beep. Yeah, it was good, Six. How you doing? I'm just gonna switch up the thumbnail real quick. We'll do this one. Save. Ooh, wait. Visibility, playlist. Let's make sure it's on live stream. Okay, there we go. How's everybody doing? How are you guys doing? Six, Lapis. How have you guys been? It's been a minute. I gotta show up to one of the Discord chats one of these days. Just been... I don't know how I've been feeling, honestly. Just had lunch, though. Just finished making lunch. Some chicken with carrots. I don't know if I would really call it stir-fried. And some rice. It was good. I've been here and there. My mood's been, like, fluctuating. Been having... I don't really know. I don't know. I guess I'm just going through like a bit of burnout real quick. Just gonna... Have I read the latest Kagurabachi chapter? Yes. Dun One Piece. Yeah. I don't know. I've been okay. I'm gonna figure out what I can do for like the next upcoming video. I didn't have a chance to watch any video before the stream, so watch. Yeah, you can watch it afterwards. Don't worry about it. You can watch it right now if you want. I'm gonna just leave up the stream for a little bit, just before we do the debate. I just want to give like people a chance to like pull up, you know, sit down, relax. I'm gonna wait to see if Drake. And hopefully Discord also opens up for me. I'm gonna wait to see if Drake and Rico are also ready. Hopefully Discord doesn't clunk out on me. Wait. Oh, there we go. Have to close that. Yeah. But yeah, just kind of just spent the whole week editing, taking care of a couple of things, but mostly just editing. Oh. Thank you so much for letting the Discord server know. Appreciate it. You always hold me down for that, Six. I really do appreciate that. What's Freyrin doing? What's this new chapter? What do we have here? They have swords in Freyrin? I thought it was all about magic. Damn. Definitely not an art style that I find particularly interesting. What about this? Hajime no Ippo is still going... God damn, 1,500 chapters. Jesus Christ. Who the fuck is still reading this bullshit? Yo, what is this build? Oh, there we go. Over here. Wait, Drake is ready in the debates thing. Streaming VC games. Drake. I'll hop in to the voice chat in a little bit. Streaming, yeah. Did y'all ever play Plants vs. Zombies as a kid? I played it on, what have you been reading? I haven't been reading anything, dude. I haven't been reading. I wake up, I eat breakfast, I make breakfast, I eat it, I edit, or I work on a video, and then I go to fucking sleep. By the way, why is this dude's build so fucking blocky? Jesus Christ. Like, I always knew I didn't like Hajime no Ippo. I always knew that I didn't like Hajime no Ippo's, like, art style. Especially, like, the faces and stuff. Like, you know, I don't like the hair, the faces, none of that stuff. But, like, these dudes honestly look like Minecraft boxers. Like, is it just me? They look severely square-shaped. Read too much bleach, which he needs. Read too much bleach, which he needs to bleach out of his brain. That's crazy. Dude, I haven't been reading anything, man. What are you debating? I'm not debating anything. We're gonna have two of our Discord members debate. Actually, it's not entirely true. I have been reading a little bit of King and Omega, and I've been reading King and Omega, and I've been reading a little bit of Blue Lock here and there. Modulo is fucking insane, dude. Modulo has recently gotten one of the crazier fucking statements I've ever seen, at least within the context of, like, JJK. Anti-gravity? No, it's probably a curse technique using the concept. No point in thinking about it. What else should I do? And then we go into it a little bit more. And then he says his curse technique can distort the natural laws of order itself. That shit is crazy, dude. Modulo's been cooking in with the new chapters. I agree. It still feels like JJK, even with, like, the changed up art style. It's more and more especially, like, if you look at it, even, like, from, like, the perspective of, like, the anime, I mean. It does kind of follow very close to it. I like it. I'm really enjoying just random anime manga debates. I don't recall exactly what the topic of conversation for today is gonna be. It was, if somebody could remind me in chat, I can also change up the stream title later. I need to start reading Kengan again. It's just been locked in other series. Almost finished with Toriko and finished Fragments. Flower Blooms with Dignity. I've been hearing about this. A friend of mine wants to watch it with me. Or she wants me to watch it with her. I heard it's cute. I don't know. It looks fine. We just need to finish some stuff up. It's Lucci versus Kid. Lucci versus eustASS Kid. Alright, thank you. The translation for both Viz and TCB is weird for this statement, though. That's fair. I mean, it still revolves around the idea of, like, him affecting, like, what is it, like, logic into order or some shit. It's kind of crazy. Also, how is Toriko going for you? How is Toriko? I'm Team Kid in this debate? Alright. You should definitely watch it. One of the greatest manga of all time. Not just romance? Really? I heard it's like, this guy's like a bread maker or something. Like, he works like not a bread maker. He works at like a bread store, right? In a certain, there are two neighboring high schools, Chidori High School, a bottom feeder boys' school where idiots gather, and Kikyo Girls' School, a well-established girls' school, Rentaro Tsumugi, a strong and quiet second-year student at Chidori High, meets Kaoruko Wakuri, a girl who comes as a customer while helping out at his family's cake shop. Oh, he's like a baker, right? He works out at a bake shop. All right. Rentaro feels comfortable spending time with Kaoruko, but she is a student at Kikyo, a neighboring school that roughly dislikes Chidori High. This is a story of hey, what the fuck is this? Romeo and Juliet or some shit? Also, goddamn, is he tall? Holy fuck. It's really good. I'm happy. I'm happy to know that. I like comedy and slice of lives. I haven't seen any in years, though. I don't know. Usually, like, whenever I have time to do shit, I end up just watching something that, like, just YouTube videos at this point. It's basically all I watch at this point. It's really good. I'm enjoying it a lot. The world-building characters are amazing. Oh, that's lovely. Rin's your goat? Nice. Who's more of your goat, Rin or Sabo? Very wholesome. I like wholesome stuff. I like wholesome stuff. We'll give it like another 15 minutes. The debate will start then. You and Lapis can also... I benched Hero X, which you should check out yourself. Dude, I've been asked to watch so much shit. Like, it honestly feels overwhelming. Toriko, Hero X, what else was it? I know some people asked me to do, like, Hunter x Hunter, but I'm definitely not doing that. A friend of mine wants me to check out... what's this shit called? Shangri-La Frontier. Somebody asked me to check out Shangri-La Frontier. What else was I asked to check out? I think somebody asked me to check out Seven Deadly Sins. Dandadan, I remember that. Kagurabachi is one that I've been meaning to check out myself. Gachakuta, Kaiju number 8. Like, dude, there's a lot of shit for me to check out. What's up, Scott? We're going to be doing a stream in a bit. That height difference really be like me and Julie on the server? Really? She's 4'11", damn. 6'3" and 4'11". Damn, it's a massive difference. Holy shit. What is this dude's size? What was his name? What was his name? Rentaro Tsumugi. Let me look this up. Rentaro Tsumugi height. How tall is this dude? 6'3". Kauruko. What the fuck is that name? Also, Kauruko. 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 I'm trying to like. Kauruko. Kauruko? No, I'm trying to see like how the fuck do you pronounce that? 4'10". Holy shit! Actually, almost like you guys. That's interesting. That's interesting. By the way, everyone, new video is up. Members only, though. Could the Straw Hat stop the pain invasion to the Leaf? Dude, that's gonna be a shit stomp. I posted a new video, guys. Hey. Yeah, right here. Can Naruto save Fishman Island? Are you in the mood for reactions? Fuck no, I'm not in the mood for any reactions. I don't like doing reactions, I'm gonna be honest with you. Kaoru Koru. Oh, it's Kaoru Koru. Wait, did I just keep reading that wrong? Kauruko or Karu Koru or Kaoru Kori. Does she have like a nickname within the text of this, within the context of the series? Seven Deadly Sins is good at the start, but has a lot of questionable themes, and the plot gets a bit. I've seen Seven Deadly Sins. I remember reading the manga when I was still waiting for the anime to come out. And mind you, I didn't care about the anime for like the first 3 seasons of that shit coming out. I actually never saw the final season. Or I think I did. I like skimmed through it. I just remember like I started reading it. I just know like I started reading it like towards like the latter half of the series, like not even the latter half. I started reading it after I watched the first 3 seasons, and I basically skipped all the way to like the last 10 or so, or like 10 or 20 chapters. And then I know that the 4 Knights of the Apocalypse are the sequel to the series, right? It takes place 7 Deadly Groomers. That's crazy. Yeah, what's his face? Meliodas is one of those dudes that like I understand like the context by which his whole like immortality loop thing with Elizabeth is supposed to work. She's meant to endlessly reincarnate. He's meant to just live forever. But it's like she also whenever she reincarnates, she is a child at first, and there have been situations where, you know, he took care of her and helped raise her and shit like that, but ultimately because because she is the love of his life, and both she and him are going to fall in love with one another. And there was like one time, and there was like one period of time where like he never told her who he was. They never actually like met up, and she still died never knowing who he was, but she died of like old age or some shit. It was kind of crazy. Looked like Diddy. Yeah, then there's also like the Bond thing where like the it's not Elizabeth. Is it Elizabeth? Who the fuck is Bond's girl? The fairy princess chick, and like how fairies are like all petite. So she's like in a constant state of like constantly looking like with the body of a child or some shit. Yeah, and like Bond is like what, 6'7" or some shit. Yeah. Then there's Diane and what's this dude's name? King. His name is King, right? The king of the fairies. And he also has to wait till like his body fully mature. Hey, what's up? What's up, Julian? Destiny to find each other and fall in love, then she'll die because of demon curse. Right. But guys, she's 800 years old. True, she's just stuck in a tree. I'm doing okay. I've had better weeks, honestly. I've had better like past couple of weeks. I've been going through like some serious burnout. I've just been making. I was supposed to technically upload this video like last week. Context. I should have been able to like to upload this video like last week, but there was no way I was gonna be able to turn it into a 18 or 20 minute video, even if I like chopped up all of the context out of it. So I was like, you know what? Why Sega changed Rogue? No gooning. That is a funny ass fucking thumbnail. That is a really funny ass fucking thumbnail. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I hope everyone is having a splendid day. I hope you're having a splendid day too. She looks even younger in the manga. Does she? No fucking way, dude. It's way too complicated to decide how to feel about the Meliodas situation, as it's not something anyone in real life would go through. That's what I'm saying, right? It's like, I understand why people call him like, it's Elaine. Elaine, that's her fucking name. I understand like the Meliodas situation, because it's like, this is supposed to be like his true love, but it's because she constantly has to reincarnate, and she constantly has to like go from child to teenager to adult to, well, actually, as soon as she finds out who he is, she has like a limited number of time before she just has to die again, before the loop sort of like ends up killing her for whatever reason. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of weird, but like, you know what the problem is? And I'll say this. If I would be able to at least like properly understand like the context behind it, but then the issue is that like Meliodas is also, he's also a bit of a pervert. So like when you have a guy who's like constantly fondling his beloved's, you know, bosom and everything, without her, you know, knowing that he is the love of her life, or without her like memories returning her, or without all that crap, it's like he is kind of just doing SA, and it's kind of crazy. So, you know, when you have that context of him doing those things, and then you give us flashbacks of like him also helping her grow up or whatever, it's a recipe for disaster. I'm sorry. I just, maybe, right, like if you separated both of those concepts, like you know, she reincarnates forever but he's not a pervert, or he is a pervert but she doesn't like reincarnate at all. You know, this is like the first time she's reincarnated in like 800 years or whatever the fuck amount of time it is. 3,000 years, right? 3,000 years. Like, maybe that would be better. I don't know. Like, if he meets her as like already an adult, and this is the first time she's reincarnated in like 3,000 years or some shit, then like maybe. But I don't know, man. I feel like combining those two situations is just a recipe for disaster. I would never recommend anybody do that shit. Or if he only does perverted things every time she remembers him. Yeah, like even then, because you know what it is? Stay away from my women to a baby. Type shit. We're all ready for the debate. All right, let me get like a couple more minutes. Just we'll get like a couple more minutes and then we'll do it. I get the burnout. My writing has been dead. Then suddenly I write 3 pages of stuff in 30 minutes on a lunch break. Dude, I got on some public transportation one day, like last week Friday. So actually, let me actually just show you guys before we do the stream. I'll pop this in. Ozzy Phantom, hey man, thank you for the $5. Hey, wait 1 second. Let me go back here real quick. I want to read this first. I want to read this first. Okay. What's up, Eon? I'm guessing you're a gamer, so have you tried the new Arc Raiders? It's by Embark, same team behind the finals. Sorry if this is off topic. Arc Raiders? Let me check that out real quick. I want to Arc Raiders. I haven't even heard of this game. What the fuck is it? What the fuck is this? I have not checked. I haven't checked this out. Didn't even hear about it. If it's from the same team that like made the finals, it'll probably be interesting to check out once it's out. I do like the finals. I do play it probably like once or twice a week with my boys. So, you know, hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully the game ends up being very. Hopefully the game ends up being very, I don't know, very well built from the ground up. The finals was honestly a really well constructed game. Like the moment I started playing it, I definitely enjoyed it right off the bat. I'll ask my friend David, and if the game is free, then we'll check it out. By the way, guys, can we get some W's for Oz? Can we get some W's, please? Let me just show you guys something real quick. Not that one. This one, right? This was the entire fucking stream from like last. This was like the last fucking stream, right? I got it down to like 2 hours out of 2.5 hours. I ripped out like all of this was me combing through and editing out like all the useless crap, and I only ended up ripping out like 30 minutes. Everything else sort of felt like kind of necessary. Like last week, what is it, Thursday or Friday, I kind of just got to the point where I'm like, this is boring. Nobody's gonna watch this. There's no reason for me to even talk about. There's no reason for me to bring up this topic. Not so much on a stream, but posting it to my YouTube channel where I'm just gonna give some half-assed, you know, cut down job just to provide an argument of something that I can probably provide in 20 minutes. I ended up saying fuck it. I was on public transportation. I think it was like last week, Thursday or Friday, probably Friday, and I just like started talking to myself on like voice to text and just started typing out the entire, or I guess writing up the entire, I guess it would actually be speaking up the entire script for this video. I basically said fuck it. I should have all the information already in the back of my head. It's all there. I combed through it again, and I just spent this entire week just editing it. I also like really does help reassure me that like I can edit at least a 20-minute video. I can like start up and edit a 20-minute video from like nothing in less than in about 5 days. So game's not free. Ooh, that's gonna be a little rough. The finals is good, but I don't have enough time to focus for such a time sink. Same right now with Marvel Rivals. I get that, Drake. I get that. Will you allow me to push the agenda once the debate is over? Depending on what time it is, we can. Depending on how long the debate takes. If the debate's only like an hour, sure. How do you think Garp would feel if Luffy didn't want to become a marine or a pirate? I think he would have rather Luffy not become a marine or a pirate if it meant him just not being a pirate. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Luffy literally doing anything else with his time and energy would have probably been more productive for Garp, at least emotionally speaking, than any of that crap. But, I think it's about time that we just move along and just get to it. Let me actually... Lucci. Robert Luccious. How do you spell Luccious versus eustASS Captain Child with 2 D's. By the way, that's me changing the title to this. Me changing the title to this, it should not impart like any kind of bias. I just thought this would be funny. Robert Luccious versus eustASS Captain Child. Yo, I needed a laugh, man. I have been in such a shitty mood the last couple of weeks. All right. 6, Lapis, can you guys join me in the stream for 1 second? Hello.
Hey.
Hey, awesome. Lovely. Okay, let's put this down.
Alright, I should be,
Yep.
should be able to hear me right now.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you guys.
Tell me if the gain on my mic is, too high.
It's a little high. It's just a tad bit.
I can change it. I can just change it.
Who?
That should be better. It's very sensitive.
Well, Lucci Kid. Chat, real quick. We're gonna put up, like Six says, we're gonna put up 2 polls, one at the beginning and one at the end. Pre-debate. Everyone, please start voting now. It's up. We'll wait for 6. How's everybody doing today?
Live, that's for sure.
You're live?
Well, the medical company hasn't killed me yet, so...
Ooh.
That's good.
Okay, that's lovely. Hopefully, you know,
No T-virus leak.
How's the so life is treating? Well, besides that, hopefully you guys have been having just a wonderful last couple of weeks. I know that we didn't really get the opportunity to like do this earlier. I'm happy we're doing this now. So before we begin, this will definitely be just an average debate at this point. So we're just gonna give you guys room to talk. Lapis, Six, and I will. We're not gonna. I don't know if we're going. Lapis, would you like to? I don't know if we're gonna like go back and forth between ourselves. I know we're gonna mute ourselves once the debate starts. You guys can just go in. You guys can whichever of you two wants to start. You're more than welcome to. The only things I ask are that you also actually. The only things I ask is that above the debate channel on the Discord, there's a channel called Debate Scans. As we go through and through with this, you guys are more than welcome to, as we're going through the debate, I mean, when you guys are bringing up your points, you guys can upload your scans in a group at once, just so that myself, Lapis6, and the rest of chat can also see them. You know, just to double check. Nobody's going to nobody's going to try to like interject unless you guys are going back and forth too long on a single point. I would say if you guys can't come to a consensus on like any specific scaling or anything within a specific point, we just move on ahead after 5 to 10 minutes.
Makes sense.
Obviously, give your opponent a chance to talk. If you have anything you'd like to say, just wait for them to finish. Obviously, obviously retort in whatever way you want. You guys can start from whatever aspect you guys would like, whether it's hacks, speed, power, etc., etc. I would also appreciate it. By the way, sorry if this is a lot right off the bat. I would appreciate it if you guys could, as you're explaining your position, you also give us the win condition for your opponent, right? Just how do you think they're gonna win? What method would they use to like seal the fight, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Any questions?
That's pretty standard.
No, it's pretty simple.
Okay. Rico, talk real quick for a second, just so I can see if the chat can hear you. Okay, no, we can hear you. Okay.
Too low, or am I
No.
cutting out, or?
No, you weren't cutting out. Let me just raise you up just a teeny tiny bit for myself. Okay, perfect. So yeah, Lapis6 and I will give you guys we'll give you guys like who will this will be a best 2 out of 3, right? So whichever of the three of this will be best 2 out of 3 in terms of like judge votes, right? So
Damn, you're not gonna include me.
Oh, Bob, you're here. I didn't see you. My bad. Okay, so now that we have Bob here, so it'll either hopefully it doesn't end up 2-2. Hopefully, but yeah. Damn, I genuinely didn't see you pop in. All right, awesome. Yeah, awesome. So we got Bob here now. So yeah, we will each of us will take a opportunity to essentially just say what convinced us, what didn't convince us, what so on and so forth. And yeah, we'll just leave it like that. So, Lapis6, Bob, do you guys have anything you guys would like to say?
Anything else to say?
Let me lower you just a tad bit. I think I have you a little bit too loud.
Other than,
I guess. Oh, this is okay. I was gonna say, good luck to the best debater.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, likewise. Guys, everyone, seriously, good luck with this. And I hope you guys just have fun with it, all right?
Yeah. So I think we should, of course, set up, I guess, battlefield conditions. So in this case, I think an optimal one would be the top of Onigashima,
Okay.
big space, but possibility of ring out.
Okay.
That's
What do you think?
I think that's fair.
So to clarify, it'll be Onigashima, top of the
Rooftop
dome,
piece.
rooftop Onigashima, and a potential win condition is ring out. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
it's either KO or ring out. Pretty too simple, duke it out kind of rules.
Fair enough. All right, perfect. So may the best debater win then.
Okay. So how about Rico? Lucci technically comes in earlier in the timeline of things, so maybe you can open up with his I guess opening feats, and then considering he disappears for a long time after that, I can move on to kids, kind of like timeline wise.
Do you want to start with AP, or do you want to start with speed?
I think
Yeah, we
speed
can
is
go
a very
from there.
good one.
All right, my basic speed scale was gonna boil down to Lucci dodging Gear 5 attacks and fighting Zoro for a prolonged time, and he can react to him, and if you need I can post those real quick in scans.
So in the sense that he's at least capable of light speed.
I mean, I guess we don't need to really use cross-verse terms. So just
That is true. I guess
general
light
change
speed is such a difficult thing to quantify.
yeah.
at times.
He also reacts to Zoro in base and while he's awakened, and he reacts and fights alongside Gear 4 Luffy while he's unawakened. So I think that sets Lucci's speed tier to above that kid from Rooftop.
And that's a pretty and that's a pretty good point, I would say, considering how fast Luffy and Zoro are doing, and if we're gonna go like, oh, they're taking it serious with Lucci, because they know he's a credible threat.
Yeah, and Lucci's trying to kill their friends and such.
Yeah, exactly. So they have no reason to not hold back on their reaction and speeds. However, with Kid, there is let's see, where is it? My scan. You see Kid way, way, way back in Sabati. He actually dodges a pacifista laser with his back turned way back in the beginning. He does get grazed, but the fact that he was able to react, dodge, but we know, like, again, like we can always go with the pacifista lasers. They're comparable to what Kizaru can, do with his, because they're based off his ability.
Debatable, but
And
I'll
yeah, I mean, I can, like, again, it's like, but it's just the fact that he was able to dodge this attack way back in Sabati, all the way, like, probably before he even have any hockey ability. So this is just purely just on his own reaction, his own intuition, and that's one thing. But when it comes to but I would admit that admittedly his speed probably might not be the highest, and I'll admit that Lucci, considering what he's able to do with when he fights with Gear 5 Luffy, is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's above any pacifista feat.
I can't say that in a sense that if we're going back to, if we go to Rooftop piece, he does. Let's see, Gil. Sort of like in the sense that he is able to, like, like, in a sense, dodge, tank Kaido's attacks, like Gale of Destruction.
Weren't those attacks just like cutting up his armor or his like little mech thing he was doing? Because he's like blocking him, but
admittedly, man, actually, the more I think about it, like, I don't really have much when it comes to speed feats with Kid. Admittedly, I can't think. That was the only, like, I'm looking through my notes. This was kind of the only one I could kind of equate to like a dodging thing, but it comes down to a tanking when I think about it.
Yeah, because like at the start of Rooftop, Kaido's kind of dominating them, and he like speed blitzes like base Luffy, and kind of just lets people attack him, at least at the start of Rooftop. So it's I don't know if anything you could really use there.
I would say that maybe, like, well, Kid does not have the best when it comes to like his speed, like, in the sense of like combat speed. He does have good reaction and reflexes, but I wouldn't say that it really outstands compared to like some of the more dedicated people. But I would also admit that that isn't his strong suit when it comes to what he's capable of.
So, do you have anything you think could get him above Lucci in speed, or?
To be honest, like, with what I have, I don't really have anything that matches up with his speed factor. With there isn't really many speed factors I can really equate to for Kid, and just to be honest on that. But that's not going to be my trump card in this debate, you could say. But it's good to be honest about the fact that is Kid's probably one of his weaknesses. But we also shouldn't discount the fact that by the time of Rooftop piece and beyond, he does have at least, observation hockey. But again, not as specialized to having like future sight, of course.
Yeah, we can delve into that when we go to abilities, I guess. For
that is a fair point. Yeah, we should save that for abilities. But when it comes down to like the speed things, I would say he has at least reaction speeds that are comparable to like at least Law, but below that of Luffy for sure.
And probably Zoro as well, because.
Well, actually, no. There is one feat of his reaction.
Because if you look
It was
Here.
this scene. Conquest.
This is like around that chapter you posted, like Kaido's doing like the wind slashes, like Zoro just like straight up reacts and blocks the attack. Well, I think Kid just letting the attack break his mech. He's not really doing anything against it.
Shoot, I don't think I have. I think I didn't put it because it was more of a Zoro feat. It was the fact that if Zoro hadn't reacted when they did the conquest of when Big Mom and Kaido did their
Yeah, I know.
conquest of the sea, both of them, like I think Kid was the only other one who was going to attempt to block it. But again, that's also that's more of a tanking feat, a feat. But the fact is, he at least was confident that he could react enough to block it.
Yeah, whether he could is I don't really think there's anything to say that he could block it. I mean, they kind of just
when we get to that part, I'll
yeah.
explain why I believe he could. But I would say that's kind of like, I guess if I had to think of like one of his best kind of like speed reaction things, in the sense he was prepared to block it, but Zoro beat him to it.
I mean, wasn't he just? Could you get the panel so I can take a look at it? Because I'm pretty sure.
I gotta dig up that panel. Give me a moment if I can find
If
it.
anyone knows the chapter,
Yeah, if does anyone know the chapter when Zoro when they used the conquest of the sea?
all right, I will grab that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's my, at least what I'm trying to go with. Like, he just doesn't have, he's not exactly a speedster. He's a slugger.
Oh,
Oh,
it's right there.
they posted it. Yeah.
Zoro. It seems like Zoro kind of comes in at the last second and blocks the attack, and only Luffy notices it beforehand.
That's a fair point. Also, thanks, Eon. I mean, I think it's one of the coolest attacks I think it's one of the cooler attacks. Problem is, the problem is Shanks could probably has divine departure, so there's that. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, with the speed stuff, I just don't. Admittedly, I don't have anything to really give Kid on this. He has good reactions that at least he can react to light speed attacks, even before the time skip. But even then, I don't. He doesn't really show anything when it comes to like his own personal speed that really outshines the likes. Like it's at least relatable to Law, but I don't think Law or Kid, at least on their own personal speed, can match up to what Egghead Lucci shows off. So
that's fine. I think so we're both ready to move on.
yeah, let's move on to the next one because it's a pretty
you can
cut
start
and
with
dry.
AP, I guess, or durability because I went first with speed.
So AP on like their attack power?
Yeah.
Okay, I would say that's kind of one of Kid's highlights, because if there's one thing that he has that is a rarity in One Piece, it's Conquer's Hockey. For sure in this case, and we know that his abilities are able to bypass Kaido's attacks, because there are multiple times.
Could you post it?
Oh yeah, I will post these. At least multiple times in these cases where he, like, in the sense, these are like mostly like when they're like he's attacking with Slam Gibson alongside with, like, Luffy and such, but he is declaring pretty much like, all their attacks are hurting him. So in the sense, like, during the beatdown, his attacks are able to bypass Kaido's, ridiculous durability. The problem is, of course, Kaido has ridiculous HP at the same time.
I think in that second scan you sent, it kind of depends on the translation because Kaido really just brushes off their attacks. Like even Law aims for his heart in the page before, but he kind of just like brushes it off. So I don't think they really damaged him that much.
But the point is, they can damage him.
Like very,
That's-
very like if I can
that-
hit like a boss and do like 1 damage, I mean, am I doing much?
That's the but that's the point. The thing is, though, there's no denying that kid, at least with his Conqueror's Hockey and his and the combination of his Devil Fruit, is able to hurt Kaido. And this is just him like just using Gibson, which is just him in his big metal mech suit, just punching Kaido and slamming into
Wait,
him.
could you
alone.
show me Kid's Conqueror's Hockey, like he using it in attacks? Because I don't know if he's ever done that, or like have Conqueror's coding like Luffy or something like that, like amplify his attacks.
Admittedly, I when I look through when I look through it, let's see. Have other? I think it's like it doesn't really. That's the thing. Like it's because he's always whenever he's attacking people, he's hitting him with his mech, and for some reason his mech is always is hurting him. So does that? I guess you can assume that like Kid is using his. I guess his hockey is able to like transfer through his constructs, kind of like the same like you can channel hockey through weapons.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
at least when we
it's something as simple as like even the Kuja warriors can do this with their arrows.
But when we see it, it's usually indicated. Like in that panel, we see Luffy using hockey because it's obviously like a projection.
But at the
But like,
same
there's
time,
no.
it's like we don't see like whenever Law's using his abilities, he doesn't have his sword coded to look like when he's doing his attacks. But again, that's also because of the fact that his power works differently comparatively.
I mean, most of the time, I think we do see Law when he uses attacks, but like Kid is a little weird because we just really almost never see him use hockey. Like Kaido acknowledges like he has it, but it's nothing to likes of like
And
Zoro
yeah,
using
but again,
Conquerors or
it
armament.
comes down to the fact that Kaido himself, and we can all agree, like, and if there's one person we should take our word for it when it comes to like, oh, you're hurting me, oh, you're actually giving me a fight, it's Kaido. That's not to say that he doesn't think that he's losing or he's struggling. It's just the fact that like, oh, you can actually challenge me. So if he can admit that since he admits that like even the Kid along with Luffy and Law are able to hurt him, that's a show that you actually have a chance to beat me, even if it's a small chance. And then that's not to also include all the stuff that he's able to do to Big Mom as well. And Big Mom has a pretty crazy amount of durability. Even if she's played off as being the goof, she is no slouch when it comes to tanking hits.
Yeah, I feel like Big Mom's a little inconsistent because she's also not like always using armament hockey, and they
I
kind of
don't. I
just
think
like wail on her.
the thing with Big Mom, I think she relies more on her natural like durability, which is pretty strong as it is. But the thing is, Kid is doing a lot of damage to her in the end. And let me look up some other Big Mom. Okay, Big Mom feats. Let's see. Trying to think. Tanks. No, that's just that. Let's see. Well, this one. Unleashes Punk Corridora on Big Mom when he like rams her with the freaking. I don't even know what it is. It's just some kind of like steam engine thing. Oh wait, it's the the big mech bull he makes.
Yeah.
That hurts her. For one. There are some other things, but they more relate to hacks and his ability. Like, unless because again, we're going off purely like AP, and then of course there is the other big AP thing that he's done, which is damned punk, which is it's his his best attack or his ultimate attack.
Yeah.
So, and we know for sure. Like I'm just posting like 4 different panels with him using damned punk. It's pretty much just a big magnet railgun
mean, didn't he have to have her stand still to do this as like a
Admittedly, yes,
accommodation tech with law?
he needs his target to be very still.
Like she'd probably like if she could just move on her own, or if this is a 1v1, Big Mom
Yeah,
probably wouldn't have
but
gotten
again, we're going
that.
off like the AP power of this thing.
Yeah, that's
And
fine.
this thing and again, this thing does hurt Big Mom. Admittedly, he has to like fire it twice. But the thing is, if Big Mom got beaten by one shot, then we wouldn't be able to call her Yonko level. But no, but I mean, considering he blasts her with this, it hurts her clearly, and the second shot blasts her through halfway through Onigashima, through the big hole that like Law made, and then of course into the freaking crust and into lava. Well, actually, no, she didn't get she got knocked off. She didn't get blasted all the way down. She just got blasted through Onigashima and fell the rest of the way. But yes, I would say though that his AP is, considering it can hurt the likes of Kaido and Big Mom, who are the toughest beyond maybe like the likes of the Gorosei.
I mean, he could barely hurt Kaido, but yeah.
But yeah, but again, the fact that you can hurt Kaido means something. Because then so in this point though, I will turn things around to you, because I don't really think I need to state any further on. Actually, the one last feat is also the fact that his attack was at least threatening enough for the likes of Shanks to burst out and one shot him.
I mean, I think Shanks was more worried about his fleet getting destroyed than actually him getting hurt or his crew getting hurt.
Oh, I don't deny that. I don't deny that, but the fact that he understands the danger of this attack.
It's more of like a destructive thing. Like he doesn't want his fleet. Like they're all weaklings. They can't really defend themselves. So Shanks just like wants to protect these people that follow him.
Yeah, but again, it's just again but again, it's more of the fact that an attack like that can instigate a reaction from him in such a way.
Yeah.
But in any case, I will turn things over for you to explain Lucci's AP potentials.
That's fine. So in AP wise, obviously he was fighting Zoro for a prolonged period of time, even 3-sword style Zoro. So I can just grab that real quick. And obviously we know Zoro is capable of hurting Kaido as well. He can.
Nope, no, there's no disagreement against that.
He even thinks that Zoro, or he was stalling Zoro, so that just goes to show how strong he was. Even unawakened Lucci could match Gear 4 in power, same Gear 4 that was hurting Kaido on rooftop when they're fighting. Where is it? Right here. Let me get the second part of the scan where they're fighting S-Bear. So he's definitely on the upper tier level of he could definitely hurt Kaido and all the other people. Well, he could definitely hurt Kid and kill him.
Could he hurt Kid? Maybe. No doubt. I do kind of think it's a bit of a stretch if he could. And maybe could he hurt Kaido? Possibly. Could he do enough to beat? Well, I hopefully you're not suggesting that Lucci could beat Kaido.
Oh no, I don't think Zoro can beat Kaido, but he can still damage him.
Yeah,
we both agree to that.
So in this case, it's like your argument is more of since he can at least hurt the likes of like Luffy and Zoro at this point, who are in no degree comparable to Kaido, in the sense that they fought Kaido, he can at least equal up to Kid, because they're at least Zoro is comparable to the likes of the other captains.
Yeah, later on.
Any further kind of further stuff to put out on it?
I mean, there's small stuff like him one-shotting Sentomaru, but there's not much, at least for AP. I mean, if you want, we could go into abilities.
It's kind of funny. It's funny that Lucci's stuff is condensed into a very small space.
I mean, yeah, he just scales the people that should scale above Kid, so it's pretty straightforward.
It's kind of funny because it's I put out so much because it just shows how long the Kaido fight is. Jeez.
Yep.
admittedly, when it comes to the AP stuff, there is of course the like. So if since you got to pick AP, how about the next topic we go about is durability and tankiness.
I mean, for the most part, for me, that just goes hand in hand with my AP skill for the most part. If you want to go and
I mean, do you
start,
want to throw
I
down
don't
any
mind.
durability feats that Lucci kind of takes?
The only one off the top of my head was probably like he survived. What was it? Onigiri? Is that the one that Zoro used before Jinbei came and had to hit him?
It is kind of funny that it took like. Do you think Zoro was either taking his time or Lucci was just really stalling him?
Yeah.
Zoro should have not been dicking around. He should have just ended the fight. But I don't know if you have the panel. If you have the panel for that one,
I can check.
because I don't deny that Lucci is pretty tough. Like even before the time skip, the amount of damage he took was pretty tough.
Yeah. I can find it because
I need to get a new chair. My old chair's like getting worn out. Jeez.
yeah, it's this one.
Actually, that's a good. Well, actually, no. That'd be. I guess that would be also abilities.
Because he's still standing after this attack, and then Jinbei has to come and use the named attack to actually knock him out, and he's still like in his awakened form. So Lucci probably would have been able to still fight if Jinbei didn't hit him with another named attack. And even other things, Lucci actually kicks away Enma in this panel. That's pretty cool.
Wait, Emma. Oh right, he actually knocked out. He actually knocked away one of Zoro's swords. Zoro's getting sloppy if he's getting disarmed.
Yep. So if you want, we can move into
Durability.
yeah.
I mean,
we can go
I
ahead
got to
and-
put my arguments on durability because I got to. If anything, that's the one thing Kid is great at.
Yeah.
So yeah, like so, Kid, the living tank. Where to begin on this guy? Let's see. So, what would be some of okay, so tanks. All right, well, obviously we got to go with the funniest tank of all time in One Piece. The Who's Chicken. Just to put that out, but but that joke aside, we'll post a lot of the different stuff. So one, we of course have the one where he in his mech form he's able to tank the Gills of Destruction, tanks the Dragon Twister. Or actually, if we're going to go in order.
Yeah, just go post everything and then
all right, so yeah,
talk
so
about it as we go.
early on in the raid, he takes one of those blasts from Apu with his broken powers. Reading back is like, Jesus, Apu, you cheat. The Twister, Guild Destruction. He also tanks an attack from Big Mom, like punch and slammed in the face. And this is just just normal, just tanking hits. Tanks a hit from Fugora, Zeus's. Okay.
Do you have
No,
the scans?
Yeah. I'm just dragging them all out first.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a lot of pictures. But I was just trying to make sure they're all in order from chapters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Takes
You got
a hit from Apu, who admittedly has a pretty, in the sense of like there is no real way of avoiding it besides covering your ears. But I mean, he takes it and considers it a trash attack.
yeah, I mean,
Going on
Apu's
when it
kind of a
comes,
stinker.
yeah, going on for the other attacks that goes on on the rooftop. Kaido unleashes Dragon Twister. He's able to tank it.
I mean,
Goes
I
with
think I already
destruction.
give it
He also tanks it.
the debunk for the Dragon Twister, I guess, because it is like cutting up his machine. But yeah, you can continue.
Well, yeah, it's more of the sense like, is he taking personal damage? His mechs are meant to absorb damage for him when it
Yeah,
comes
just like
to it.
blocking.
Like, because I mean, it makes sense. Like in this case, and then when it comes down to like when he gets decked in the face by Big Mom, that like and again, Big Mom's not holding back in this case.
I mean, is she using even armament hockey here, or?
Admittedly, she isn't.
Yeah,
But
so
it
I
doesn't
think
seem like. But in the end, admittedly, I don't actually think like this. Does Kid even use armament hockey? Like armament hockey
it's
defensively?
it's no, I'm saying Big Mom. Like Big Mom's not using it on the I don't remember the sword name, but
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 it's still
overall,
a feat. Just
he takes a face hit from Big Mom.
yeah.
He also tanks. He also gets hit by Fugora. That the big lightning attack when Big Mom creates Hera,
Mhm.
and it blasts him 3 floors down, Onigashima, and he just seems annoyed by that. He seems just annoyed by that, and then of course gets like slammed by Mama Raid. He gets back up from that. So I think it's more of the sense of just a show of just his durability and endurance, considering how long the entire roof fight is, and his clash with Big Mom. Like by the end of the fight, though, he is pretty much just drained. Between also in the fact that when he uses the awakening, it is a taxing it is a taxing thing to do. But the point is that he pushes, to the limit until he at least wins. And that is, I think, is like a good show of his overall durability in the sense of he takes a lot of big hits, he gets back up, he keeps fighting, and that's kind of just in the sense like how much damage he just takes. I would say that I think more of like Lucci, he takes some big hits, but it's just he doesn't seem to be getting up from them in the long term. So it's more of like, can he take a big hit and get back up? Maybe, but I don't really think there's, in the sense of like the attacks that Lucci takes.
I mean, he's taken hits from stronger characters like Gear 5 Luffy. And I think Zoro's, 3 sword style like Conqueror's hockey attacks are stronger than like base Big Mom's like regular sword slash.
But I mean, that's overall my arguments when it comes to Kid. He may not have speed, but he has a lot of tankiness and durability, and he's tanked it from some of the biggest heavy hitters in One Piece currently. At least with Big Mom and Kaido, who have some of the most destructive attacks.
I think that's fine. So, anything else
Also,
for
yes, I am going to get to
durability?
that little detail. Sorry,
Or
there's
do you
another,
wanna-
but that's, I'm saving that when we get to abilities, that will be another thing.
Okay.
So what's next then?
I think it's abilities, right?
I think about, yeah.
So, I guess I'll go first unless. Oh,
Lucci
I think I already kind of covered durability a little bit before he went.
Yeah, he mostly focused on the fact that he was able to tank, how he took hits from the likes of Zoro, from Gear 5 Luffy,
Yeah.
and they don't really have any reason to not be holding back. So, that's just to defend at least what the reasons he's put out.
Yeah. So as for abilities, obviously he has good observation hockey. Like he can send some the Gorosei fighting Luffy across the island while he's fighting Zoro. I think that should be in one of the scans I posted up, so I'm not gonna repost it. Yeah, it's the last scan I posted, so I won't repost it. So if that's for like defense, along with like using Takai for defense and Moonwalk.
He does, I would say that like that Lucci does have a lot of mobility.
Yeah, he could just make himself faster using life return. If you remember. Try to find it. But it's how like he can make his Zoan form, like his hybrid form, like bigger or smaller to like either do more damage or become faster.
I have to admit that like out of a lot of Zoan users, Lucci is kind of the most proficient between shifting between forms.
Yeah.
I think he's also one of the few that actually does like full, like I guess full animal form.
Mm-hmm.
At least I remember that before the time skip. He does it at least a few times. Oh yeah. Also, I also just because like we like dunking on Apu. Here's Apu getting crushed by a kid.
Oh, yeah, 'cause he sucks. And then for the last ability, he kind of has. I would use Rokugan because it can bypass durability.
It bypass Kaido durability.
That's just what it does. It matters about kids' durability, not Kaido's.
Or Kaido's durability. My mistake. I don't know. Actually, admittedly, admittedly, I don't think many characters have Kaido durability. Even as tanky as Kid is.
Considering his normal attacks can hurt Zoro, I think a Rokugan would also hurt Kid. One of the strongest attacks.
Fair. Okay. Oh shoot! Actually, I forgot. Wait, I forgot about also on durability. The fact that how actually no, that's more of like physical strength in the sense.
I mean, that's basically all for my abilities. He can make himself faster, stronger, durability negation.
Yeah, admittedly,
bypass.
zone characters are admittedly just stat boosters.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
And just like
which
mainly like 6 powers is what he specializes in.
yeah. Well, with Kid, he has a lot of abilities for sure. If we even go back to like way back to Sabati, he pretty much could repel a lot of anything that was metal. Let's see, repel. Going back, he could repel mortar fire with ease. With just, a jester, he can repel artillery shots. Admittedly, obviously, just kind of as a casual feat from the beginning. But eventually, his repel is so strong that he could, it was also like with the fact that he tanks the Big Mom hit. He also uses that same ability to fling Big Mom like really far as well. So in the sense of just showing how powerful his, one of his simplest abilities has becomes between time skip and from Sabati and then to Roof Piece. It's a pretty impressive jump.
Yeah. Are you getting the other skins real quick?
I'm trying to find the right ones. Ba 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 ba. In general, there is also just the whole his whole. Admittedly, when it comes with the most of his ability, it comes from just building big mechs, big punch, unga bunga.
Yep.
When it comes to that, he has shown utility in the sense that he has used it to trap the likes of Zeus, and he was pretty much able to maintain it until he got hit. He got knocked down 3 floors.
I mean,
In the
yeah, Zeus is kind of
Onigashima.
like. I mean, the homies kind of suck. Let's be honest. They're not the smartest fighters or the fastest, but
in the sense his powers have a lot more than just attack potency. He has the abilities to at least entrap if needed. Could it stop Lucci? Probably not. Could it maybe slow him down? Maybe. It kind of comes down to what material he's working with and if he can even entrap someone.
Yeah.
But in the state, it's not just coming. Like we have to remember, Kid has control over magnetism, and he can control it to a pretty large degree. Even let's see, Oh, actually, what was this one point? Oh, actually, also, another thing to also discuss with, I guess because if we're also gonna, since we're in abilities and we're covering hockey, way back from the auction, when Rayleigh, unleashes his hockey and knocks out mostly everyone else in the room, Kid's unfazed by it, relatively. And he at least, and in a sense, he admits that like they must be strong if they were able to withstand his hockey. And we can't all, and we can all agree that that Rayleigh is one of the most proficient hockey users.
That's fair, but I feel like Conqueror's hockey is kind of weird because we usually only see it like knock out like actual fodders, like generally speaking. And kids
But it's
not
also,
overly
you
fodder.
have to take into account of Rayleigh admitting like you're at least strong enough that you don't just flop. And
Yeah,
this is again pre-time skip Kid. If Rayleigh can at least compliment that you have that you have such potential, that's a good thing.
yeah. I think even Lucci also like I did mention it earlier, but like his sense in the Goro say they want to go look, but yeah, and continue.
Let's see what other power feats goes. The fact that his power was able to collect a shit ton of before the start of the roof piece. He pretty much was dragging like all the metal he could find on the way up, like a whole hallway's worth of scrap, which is just a show of like how well his ability works, and it doesn't really take effort for him to do. Like even back to like before the beginning of, even back on the auction at Sabati, this is just the random scrap he's able to pull from just around him. Just the artillery pieces.
Yeah, just any kind of metal, just random
Any
crap.
any kind of metal he could control, except Kaido's big. Besides Kaido's club, I guess Kaido's club doesn't count, or Kaido just has that good of a grip strength.
I mean, it's either it's not made of metal or it's just Conqueror's hockey.
Konkursaki. This is the best way to explain why doesn't it work? Oh, Konkursaki. And also in the sense of like, if we're going off like just how good his hockey is, and also I guess admittedly it's a bit on his willpower. It's the fact that he does get sea cuffed, and do remember that sea cuffs, while they negate like devil fruit powers, it does not. And also it does also weaken physicality, but he alongside with Luffy were pretty equal. So there's one little detail to cover. I guess
Yeah,
it's
that's like during the Udon training, but like Kid wasn't getting the training, and like those sea stone cuffs are a little different because they're like still allowed to use their strength, at least their like base strength.
No,
because
they're. I mean, again, like sea stone doesn't mean that you're just like, oh, you can't move or act. It's just you can't use your devil fruit powers, and in the sense you're just more physically weaker.
Yeah,
And
but I'm pretty sure they were special sea stone cuffs. Like if you get the
I mean,
panel,
from my scans, from what I looked up, and what I read, I couldn't find anything. And I mean, even Sea Stone Cuffed, he was able to haul all these massive quarry blocks through nothing but his own natural lifting strength. But that's kind of, and that's not really that again. But I'm just kind of basing that on like in the sense of like if he's using hockey to make up for the fact that he can't really use.
Here I found it. Look at what Caribou's saying. RC Stone cuffs have been modified to be somewhat weaker, so they can still work, but they just
Oh.
can't like use their abilities.
Huh.
Basically.
That's interesting. I didn't even know that was even possible. How do you make a scene so like more impure or different?
I don't know. It's just Wano bullshit.
Wano bullshit. Conquers hockey. You have damn punk. Also, another impressive thing with Kid. He is immune to the soul drain of Big Mom, which again, pretty much everyone is. I mean, that's an ability that not that many people are able to work. I mean,
so was like
resist.
Jimbo, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's because you either have to have it's more of a willpower thing, and not showing fear. And in that sense, it is a show in the sense of willpower hockey, in the sense that he was able to resist, an ability that pretty much if you just don't have enough willpower or you're scared of Big Mom, she's slurping up your life force.
I don't think it matters that much because it's more of like a physical fight.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
But again, I'm covering all my bases in this case. In the sense that, like, again, Kid just has some ludicrous willpower in the sense that which connects to the whole, gets back up and keeps fighting. But yeah, like, admittedly, I would say that his power has a lot more versatility compared to Rob Lucci. But it is also dependent on how much he can grab. But let's just say that if with the rooftop fight, if against Lucci, he has he has the same amount of scrap that he dragged up to fight Kaido. Because if he's going in, if Lucci's going into the fight, ready, like Kid should be ready in the same kind of sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, overall, Kid's power is more versatile, but it is also relatively simplistic because magnetism. But if you have to go with one last detail, it is also his awakening, which pretty much allows him to control magnetic fields because he's able to magnetize Big Mom and get her crushed. Where is it? Tracked. Oh yeah, magnetize Big Mom. Here we go. Magnetizes Big Mom and drags a colossal, like all the metal in these towers, which are
the random steel
colossal
bars that hurt Big Mom and force her into Bigger Mom because she sucks. Yeah.
She did have to give up a year for lifespan
because of steel beams. Yeah.
but
but
again, the point is that in this sense. But yeah, the point is though in this sense, if it comes down to his power, with his awakening, he can just magnetize the environment to make everything in metal hone in and just start crushing you. So it'd be more of the sense of like, can you either outvoid it or tank it? And that is kind of the big question. How well and how long could the likes of Lucci avoid a metal magnetism?
Yeah. But anything else for your abilities, or do you want to move?
Nah, I mean, admittedly, like I said, it's just really the awakening is probably the most complicated one.
Okay. So what's left? Like win cons and.
Yeah, I guess I really can't think of any other factors to discuss on this.
If you want to say your win con, you can. I don't care.
I would say, again, it's like it's either KO or ring out, and I'll be blunt. I don't think that Lucci's going to be able to like smack Kid off Onigashima. I think it'd be more likely that Kid will ring out Lucci, but also Lucci does have airwalk, which makes it so unless he hits him, stuns him, or KOs him and knocks him out, then that's going to make it a bit more difficult. But those are what I believe that he would have to do.
So you just think Kid would ring him out?
If I had to think of the best way he would, if I had to think of the best way he can do it, he would have to hit Lucci with magnetism, make make either all the scrap he's brought or whatever scrap that gets ripped up from the top from the roof to either slow down or even pin down Lucci, and then hit him with Punk. Which one? Where is it?
Damn Punked.
Damned Punk. Yes, that would be his best approach to taking down. If we're just going like no bullshitting around.
Doesn't he need to touch people to magnetize them?
No, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to.
That big A on Big Mom's forehead.
Big A?
Yeah.
Oh. Shoot, did I? Does he have to like? Shoot, did he have to touch her? Oh, you're right. Wait, is this right? Is this it? Oh, yes. No, here it is. I have that. That's when he uses a sign. I can't tell if if he's touching her, or if he's just gesturing at her.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, and she's also like a big fat moving target, so it's like really easy to.
Oh yeah, no, the Big Mom is an easy target to touch.
I think if you're done with your win con, I can move into mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I think with Lucci's superior speed, and observation hockey, and obviously if he needs to make himself faster, he can. He would just go up to Kid and like Rokugan his head and then any other like vital organs, because he could just repeatedly attack him while Kid couldn't really react. And obviously bypass durability, aim for vital organs and.
But do you think in the end, but do you think like he can even get through like his mech form with
I mean,
Punk?
usually kids exposed in his mech form, so I don't think that's really a problem.
With Punk Rotten? I mean, Punk Rotten is relatively well. It is true. It does keep him kind of exposed. If I have to throw that around. But in the sense that it's kind of his most armored form.
Yeah, but if like Lucci just has superior speed, and he can damage him and bypass his defense, he kind of has.
But yeah, so it's more of the sense he would have to take down Kid quick, and not get hit with a sign. Do you think with a sign though would that cause trouble for him for Lucci?
I just don't think he'd get hit by it.
Even if like he gets up close and Kid tanks one hit and is able to just grip through it, because again, there's no denying. Like again, I'm not saying that like his martial arts ability will bypass his durability. It will hurt him a ton, but he just has to grit it, get one good touch in with a sign, and then he just has to let the magnetism just get the better of Lucci.
I mean, on the hypothetical that did happen, I mean, Lucci can just run away.
So you think that Lucci can just like blitz all the metal that's chasing after him until it like wears off, or until he can like blitz Kid again?
In this hypothetical, yeah, it's possible. The only people that got hit by like the magnetism shit is Big Mom, is just a big fat target. She's not trying to dodge, she just takes it.
Well, anyway, like that's my approach to how Kid would win. Like he has to get Lucci tied down, and either is gonna have to hit him with Damn Punk, or a really big hit with Punk Rotten, and but that's the best case I can say on that. So, I can't really think of any more else to debate on this matter.
Yeah.
So I guess we turn it to the judges.
Yes, so.
All right, thank you guys. I'll leave it up to. So here's what we're gonna do. If you guys have no more other points you want to go over, or nothing else you guys want to add, I think we can go on to our whatchamacallit, our at least like what each of us thinks about the debate and just the points you guys brought up. If anybody would like to bring in also some pointers or just anything you guys would like to say, it's also fine. I'll leave the other judges to speak first before I do. Any of you guys can start first. Can go first.
All right, I'll start. So, do you want me to just give like an explanation as to who I thought won the debate, or what?
Yeah. Who did you think? Like any points that you thought that were brought up that were good? Anything anything you think like you want to just mention about the debate? Any things you liked? Any things you didn't like? And just give and just say like I'll put my vote for Lucci or Kid. You know what I mean?
Okay. So I really like this debate. But you both did really well, by the way.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. So one point I saw that was really strong from Rico was when he argued that fucking. Hold on, give me a second. My brain.
We all have those moments, don't worry.
Really do be like that sometimes.
It really do be like that.
When he argued because Zoro scales above like certain characters and Lucci scales to Zoro somewhat, that Zoro would or Lucci would be above Kid. I thought it was a really strong point, and the way he put it was very good. So as to who I think won this debate, I think it was Rico. You both brought up really good points, but I think Rico was more assertive and dominant in this debate, and overall had better points. That's all.
I'm sorry, Six.
I mean-
Did you who did you give your point to? Just to for me
Rico.
to Rico. Oh, that's
Yeah.
one Rico.
Can you hear me well, by the way?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Sorry, that was
Okay.
I was typing something up on the side, so I didn't hear that last bit.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Here I'll.
Oh.
Oh, do you want to
Nah,
go
you
first,
can.
Bob?
Nah,
Or do you
you
want
can
me
go.
to?
I'll be the closer.
Okay. So some of the things that I observed in this debate. One of the things with when you were arguing for Lucci, you were very quick and straight to the point. You fired out feat after feat after feat after feat, and you put it in a pretty digestible manner. And I think this is important for just chat in general to take this into consideration. Um, a lot of scaling can be done by looking not just at your target character that you're trying to scale, but all the surrounding characters that they have interacted with. Like for I guess in like Lucci's case, you could use someone from CP0 or CP9. And for Kid, I think Kid, this is a even bigger thing you can do. You can use him and Law. Law is a great bridge you can use with Kid. You can use anybody on top of Roof Piece in the Roof Piece saga, as I like to call it. Yeah, using chain scaling can be a very useful tool to get a lot of crucial information to see how strong a character is. And Rico used some decent chain scaling to put Lucci at that level. So I will say I will have to give the point to Rico.
I'm crushed.
I think mine.
Nah, fair point.
Bob, would you like to go next?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So the main problem in this debate was, I think, on Drake's side, you just didn't really argue against any of the points that Rico made, like at all. There was zero pushback. He was very, like what Six said, very dominant and pretty assertive with his like general line of scaling. For you, Drake, I didn't really feel like there was anything cohesive with your general idea of how strong Kid was, where how fast he was, or just how strong he was, or what he could really do. Just like with the assigned thing, Rico was arguing that, oh, he needs to like touch people, which isn't really a thing. We've seen him do it like from long range distances, but you didn't argue that point really well. Um, Overall, I had to kind of give my point to Rico. I think you did your best, but Rico was just the better debater.
And like this is even in times of loss, I will say these are great things to learn from. I will
Yeah,
say.
they were very good learning tools.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for casting your votes. I don't think it's necessary for me to cast my vote then. So I'm happy that Bob, I'm happy that you actually brought up that first thing that you said. When debating, I do feel like by the way, I really appreciate just how smoothly this went by. I want to first and foremost just thank you guys for all the effort and research that you guys did put into this. I'm happy to see that we're able to have a conversation, regardless of what side we're on, and it's able to be respectful, clean, no issues there. So for that, I want to just thank everybody here for helping just making this whole debate feel just very streamlined. But I do want to say that, like, when it comes to debating, like Bob said, you do want to sometimes also afford pushback on certain points. And I do have to, unfortunately, agree that you did not, Drake, at least in this case, did not feel like he pushed back enough on specific points that, could have maybe have made his stance a little bit stronger. Like Kid be having maybe making contact with a sign on the background. I'm sure some people noticed. I did look up the anime version of that. It doesn't at least look like Kid makes contact. It doesn't look like it on the manga. It's kind of ambiguous, but he doesn't seem close enough to be making contact. Part of the reason why I want to bring this up is because I sort of made a pseudo version of this debate already in a video. And actually, funny enough, when you mentioned Kid and versus Lucci, I thought to myself, wait, this sounds so fucking familiar for a second. And I was like, oh wait, I did do Kid versus Zoro. Now, my opinions on that whole thing aside, I do think that Rico definitely made just these stronger points just by standing on some of his points a lot better. Like Lapis mentioned with the chain scaling can be a very useful tool, especially when characters have more feats or more comparisons to be capable of not to be capable of in other words, so that they can we can get a better, more grounded interpretation of how powerful they could potentially be, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of the issue. When so to be honest with this whole debate, I'll admit that I think Kid. Admittedly, I believe that even Kid was not gonna win on this case. It's because his chain still kind of stops at Big Mom and Kaido.
which is fair.
And
I
then you have
I
Lucci who
don't.
jumps all the way to like to Gear 5 Gear 5 Luffy, and then he posts Roof Piece Zoro. So.
Yeah. No, it's
I
fine.
feel like
Mhm.
well,
Mhm.
I've that. So Lucci lost terribly to Luffy. Like I remember there was a whole panel
Yeah.
of Luffy sleeping with dodging Lucci's attack, so
Yeah.
he doesn't really scale to him. And
Yeah.
the other thing I wanted to mention was the whole he scales to conquer Zoro, he doesn't. Like Zoro literally dropped King of Hell like
Yeah.
mid fight and was like, "Yeah, you're kind of ass, buddy." That's
Yeah.
the entire argument. Like there's
So like Bob said, there were definitely a couple of things I feel like could have been again given a bit more pushback. For example, when comparing like let's say the quality of combatants that they're fighting, this is not to say that like Zoro or Luffy are any like worse quality fighters than like Big Mom or Kaido. At least I don't believe that they are, right? More so just the fact that like Zoro, while he can scar and hurt Kaido, that's also the upper extent of his abilities, right? That's not to say that like Lucci pushed him to the like extreme limit of his abilities in the same sense that Kaido did, right? Like that's just one way that like you could have given a bit more pushback on, right? Also saying, he scales to Luffy and Zoro do the S Bear and S Hawk thing. Again, a fair point to bring up. But it's more so a case of like this is still a version of Gear for Luffy and Zoro without I don't recall, so I could be wrong on this. I don't recall if Zoro did use Conqueror's Haki at that point. He could have, he might have not have. I don't exactly recall that fight entirely. Maybe if I look through the panels and see like any flames on his blades, that might have been the case. But these examples are good, but all I'm trying to say here is that there's always room for interpretation, right? Like there's always, especially if something isn't as definitive, there's always pushback that you can give on that front in terms of almost anything, right? I think that this was honestly just a really good exercise as a whole for everybody here. Gives a bit of experience on every front. And I know I didn't give my point, my vote in at this point. If I had to, like, if I had to go off of at least like my personal opinions, I would probably say Kid. But if within the context of the debate itself, I do have to give it to Rico. But I do want to say, guys, really, thank you. Like this was awesome. Honestly, this was a nice little time for everybody.
I'll admit I'm rough on debating.
No. Listen, it's always experience. No, Drake. This is no
learning
Drake. I do want to
experience.
thank you.
It's a learning experience.
It is a learning experience, man. And honestly, no, it's a very brave thing to say. Like, hey, I want to be one of the first guys to like show up on stream and debate. I appreciate it, man. It's an experience.
absolutely.
There's no issue,
First
man.
time I was debating on a voice chat versus Thine. You guys remember that fucking Yujiro versus Asta debate?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was,
I remember
I'm
that.
not gonna lie,
Yeah.
I was straight ass in that debate. So it's
Oh,
just
don't you should give yourself a lot of time for that. But see,
It's fine.
Mhm.
But like I was gonna say, so I know this is like I believe it was your first time like actually debating, right, Drake?
Like,
Am I wrong?
College.
Oh,
But
well,
yeah,
I
you're-
mean for like power scaling wise.
Yeah.
So
Wait, really?
it's
Dude,
yeah.
I couldn't
You did a good
tell.
job.
You seem to be pretty like knowledgeable and
Yeah, you did.
like I couldn't tell. Like if you asked me if this was your first time scaling, like I couldn't tell. You did a really good job.
That's good, I guess.
No, Drake.
Well,
honestly, I like I'm gonna be real with you, man. Besides like the pushback stuff, I really did think that you already had done more of these debates. Honestly.
Yeah, like you did a really
had
good job.
A lot of evidence. You had a lot.
I did pass.
Yeah.
Did pass on my speech in my speech class back in community college. So I guess I was good. I'm good enough.
I also have a few things. So first of all, you both did really well. A lot of knowledge was definitely demonstrated, especially like how much you guys know the show and the manga and whatnot, and the ability to be able to grab evidence to support your point was really well done on both sides. You don't often see that with like a lot of scaling. You don't tend to see like such thorough scans and evidence like as much as you guys did. So you guys did that really well. The only thing I would say for Drake especially It's less about pushback. You need to keep your points more concise because
Yeah,
like there were times in the debate where you would show a scan and then you would just kind of talk and talk and talk and talk, and at some point like judges will like lose they'll get lost in the sauce because like I know like the first thing you want to do is you want to explain every angle, but like sometimes you would talk yourself into a corner. There were times when you would like post a scan and then you'd say, "Oh, well, this character just doesn't really have many speed feats." Don't say that. Let your opponent do that work for you. Let your
Yeah.
opponent bring that up because the second that you're like, "Well, this character sucks in this aspect," like the judges are going to lose confidence, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to like shit on your own case. Just make so like if you're saying this character is this fast and then you present that evidence, well, don't say that they don't really have a lot of speed feats. Let Rico do that work for you. It just gives him more to think on, and then that gives you an advantage. um Rico, you did a really good job like being concise, and you made all of your very strong points like immediately, and you had a response like immediately, so that was really well done. But
Uh,
yeah, honestly, like you both did really well. I would just say like the big thing is just kind of like keep things concise and maybe give the other more work to do. Like don't tell your debate opponent that this character sucks in this aspect or something.
I
Because
guess
that just isn't
I
helpful.
guess I'm too honest with myself.
Yeah,
Um
so at least from my experiences, whether it be debating power scaling, other topics, politics, you never want to give your opponent ammo to fire back at you, essentially. And by not saying that if by not conceding and saying said character admittedly is kind of trash at said thing, you like what's your name? Choco Robot.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, what he said, it gives the your opponent less of an advantage on you. It makes them have to actually actively create the argument for themselves and then
Mhm.
fire it back. It's by saying certain things, you're kind of giving someone a shield that can reflect a point back at you. But honestly, it knowing when it's all right to concede on something and when it's
Mhm.
not is a very hard thing to do.
it's
It
a
is.
Yeah,
it's
for
very
sure.
difficult, but
Absolutely.
it's very hard to do, but it's also a very crucial skill whenever you're having a debate. Because there are certain
Mhm.
things you don't necessarily need to, there are certain things that you can necessarily concede that doesn't exactly make your opponent's argument any stronger, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Eon knows this. I commonly debate the stream chat
Hmm.
in the YouTube comment section. Just wanted to say, like most, like both of y'all are above most of the stuff I've seen. Like,
Listen, I got a
let's
lot
Yeah,
of
just
comments. I
absolutely.
get a lot of comments. Rico and Drake, you guys make a lot better arguments than a lot of the stuff I've had to read.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
Well,
let me
I
well,
try my
Eon,
best.
obviously you got to let me debate on how like Sakura is going to solo Emu through the power
Listen,
of punching.
yeah. I mean, if you want to debate that, sure.
No,
Hey, listen, I could
look,
get. Hey, listen. I could put. Listen, I could make a whole other stream. We could bring this up. Shit. Listen. Give like Oda like 2 years to really give Emu some stuff, and I'm totally down to listen to you guys argue
I mean, we
Sakura
might have
versus
to wait.
Emu.
We might only have to wait as long as like next
Hopefully, man.
chapter.
I just want to see Emu. What Emu looks like. I just want to see if it really is just
Yeah.
a tall baby dude, where on top of like a long cape with like some stilts or some shit. I'm just trying to see what the fuck
What do you
Emu looks
mean?
like.
What do you mean? Emu's totally an absolutely massive booba. Like,
He's
what
a
are y'all
totally
talking
massive
about?
booba. Yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
she is a booba.
Yeah,
I
she is.
actually, I
Dude,
actually
also,
someone on Reddit posted
Nah,
like
fuck that.
Robin
It's part of the new
against
comic
Sakura.
universe.
Does that mean could Robin just snap Sakura's neck and she could do nothing about it?
Yeah,
Um,
technically yes. Art.
depends on how you think the strength of 100 healings would work with a broken neck. Because there's never been like an example, I guess.
Uh, actually, Well, I mean, Sudai did get cut in half, and she survived that. So it's like,
Yeah. But like breaking your neck though, like completely 180ing it. You know what I mean?
You'd
Like
at least be
that's
paralyzed.
severing like
it's
the
like,
head where the chakra. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, if we're talking about like ripping the head off, then like that's
Oh, yeah.
one thing.
Yeah,
But, like
yeah.
I don't know.
That's
Yeah.
fair. No, but see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't really like heal from it. She just survived it for as long as she could. She had to
Yeah.
get like put back
Yeah,
together.
that's what. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like she could maybe survive having her neck broke, but then it's like, how's she
Wait,
gonna be
do you
throwing
guys think?
hands?
Wait, talk about. Do you guys think that like? Okay, might be like a bad thing for me to say, but do you guys think that like the strength of 100 healings fixes a broken spine? Like, if, like if
I imagine it would, but it would take
Sort
time.
of like- I mean, if Tsunade got cut in
Uh,
half, it would have to, because part of her spine.
that's
is
a
well,
hard
she
gone.
didn't. It didn't heal her. She just stayed alive the longest she could possible, and she had to again be put back together by somebody else, right?
Sorry, when you say can it heal a broken spine? I know Bob is familiar with the SCP verse. I just think of freaking
SCP, I
Peanut
read
just
some shit about that
snapping
recently.
Sakura's neck.
Dude, the
He
SCP is
blitzes
so
her and
fucking
snaps her
stupid.
neck.
Dude, the SCP is so fucking
Yeah.
dumb. When I found out that like they allowed people to like, you know, like just random people to like just add shit to that verse, like how could you not expect this shit to become absolutely absurd?
Yeah, this is why power scaling. This
Trust
is
me,
why power
it's not
scaling.
that.
Yeah, sorry.
I was gonna say, trust me, it's not that easy. I try to
Mhm.
put my SCP through, and it's not like back in the day,
Yeah.
sure, but like they're way more anal about like the story shit.
Okay,
so you actually have to
100%,
make
yeah.
something good.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, the I will say that SCP might be genuinely the hardest series to power scale just
Ooh.
because of how
Yeah.
loose the canon is and how basically everything is interpreted to oh, do you consider this canon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate stuff like that. Do you guys ever, you know, speaking of which, a friend of mine are actually talking about like Sonic canon, and he was bringing up like this tweet that came out from like the official Sonic Twitter page at the time, and it was like somebody posted like everything is canon. Some fucking intern posted everything is canon, and that shit just made the entire power scaling a scene for Sonic like completely absurd for like 2-3 days.
I mean, you saw it with Dragon Ball with a mistranslated.
Someone did that with Dragon Ball, yeah.
No,
And then
fuck
people
no.
were like, "Oh my God, Capsule Corp Goku is like outer," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Bro,
Capsule Corp Goku could actually close the book on full power Darkseid or some shit.
I mean, that
Wow.
actually happened in DC, I think. Like everything is canon or some
Really?
shit.
Don't
I think
tell me that, dude.
after.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me
Yeah,
that.
I think so. I could be tweaking.
Yeah, no, I remember that like somebody in like the official Sonic Twitter had to like come in and say like, "Yo, ignore that last tweet, man. That is a non-canon
so funny.
statement, man." Yo, can you imagine though, like if everything in Sonic the Hedgehog's canon though, like that would probably make it one of
I
the
mean,
strongest
that would-
verses.
That would make the current.
He's
stuff
already
with,
pretty, like,
with the
consistently up
DC
there, not
things
gonna
pretty
lie.
crazy.
Oh,
Although
shit.
Especially
that
movie
is
Sonic.
canon.
I've heard some crazy things.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, no,
Sonic can
Sonic's pretty
spawn chili
busted.
dogs, right? He can spawn chili dogs now. Super Sonic can just do that. He can just will them
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
existence. What the fuck,
Yeah,
man?
you can
What the
can transmute
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, I think movie Sonic can just create shit that he desires. There's like and then like, you know, there's like statements of like base Sonic in one of the games being
Yeah.
like immeasurable.
Oh yeah,
It's like,
one of the statements was like Sonic gets stronger every second.
yeah, or something
Something-
crazy like
Dumb
that.
shit,
So
like some dumb
Can you
shit like
imagine
that.
somebody saying like, "Oh yeah, no, just every single second that this thing is alive, it just gets progressively more powerful." What the fuck do you do with that?
If Sonic is so
Well,
strong,
I mean-
why do I keep losing with him on Sonic Racer?
I'm sorry,
Well, I
bro.
mean, hey,
He's in a car. I don't know what to tell
I
you,
mean-
man.
I mean, the same shit with the Hulk. Angry he gets, the stronger he gets, and there's
Well,
no
actually
limit to
recently
that.
the Hulk got bodied by Godzilla.
Didn't it? So wait, you're telling me Death Battle is wrong? Yes.
Nah,
Yeah, wrong.
it's not.
I'm
I
pretty
think that was
sure-
in like a non. Is that like
Yeah.
non-canon?
And this wasn't like
This is like
Well,
a different
this was
version.
It's
not-
weird
this was a
because-
normal
Isn't
size
Godzilla
gun.
also like DC?
This is
it's strange
No.
because I'm pretty sure there's like this weird like legal thing that says like Godzilla just
Godzilla can't
can't
lose.
ever lose. Yeah. So like
That's so
any
dumb.
like So yeah, so any like franchise that Godzilla's in, he just like kind of mogs because they literally cannot make him lose.
You know what's crazy? Speaking of Godzilla, I recently got to the point in Dave the Diver where I get to actually play as Godzilla. That shit was peak.
Like a fucking
I mean, hey, you're
cooking
sleeping on
and,
how
like,
powerful Godzilla is.
diving game. How the fuck do you play as Godzilla?
There was a
Yeah.
DLC patch. There were like two pieces of free DLC, 2 or 3 that like one of them is like Godzilla's underwater, he's healing from a fight. A giant crawfish or lobster is chasing after Godzilla, and then like at the end of the DLC point, you just get to be Godzilla fighting this giant lobster. And high key, I almost lost to that thing. The wind up for the attacks were just way too long. But that's besides
But yeah,
the
also,
point. Mhm.
but also the thing with that Godzilla and Hulk fight, this was also giant-sized Hulk. He was as big as Godzilla, and he still lost.
I didn't know that he could turn giant. What the fuck?
No. They use science for that.
No,
Oh,
it
okay.
was. Yeah, I think it was PIM particles or some shit.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much what Godzilla did was he bit into him, and then he atomic breath right into the Hulk's body, and it like.
Is this
fried
also
him.
the version of the Hulk that can like always come back from hell or some shit?
I mean,
No.
Okay.
no, it's kind
Nope.
of the more base. It's more of like
It's like
the base
like-
Hulk.
like I said, it was non-canon, so it's not even like the current Hulk who could like do all the other crazy shit you heard in the
Yeah.
versus in the death battle shit. So
I've
Okay.
always stand by that Hulk, that World Breaker Hulk is the physically strongest.
I mean, yeah, when you
Well-
can just take a step and crack an entire continent or crush that shit, that's like
but
quantifiably
Eon,
very impressive.
But Eon, that was an ice continent.
Yeah,
That
no, it
was
was just an ice continent, man. Yeah, no, it was just as tough as an ice cube, man. A little ice pick could like crack that thing in half. Fucking Scrat from Ice Age could break that shit with a fucking
Oh
nut.
my god, not that feat. The freaking short, that like freaking
Yeah.
I think I
Scrat
saw that when I
solos
was,
your
like,
favorite
5 years
fucking
old.
verse. Just give Scrat a
Dude,
fucking
you're-
acorn and he solos your fucking verse, man. I don't know.
Wait, so you're telling me that
Yes.
that Scrat has a better feat than like the majority of freaking Naruto?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Ten Tails would get
Right.
bodied by Scrat putting a little nut
Just-
on its back. Yes.
Dude, he like literally just like put like the tip of the acorn
Yeah.
hit like the freaking continent. It literally split open.
Yes. Yeah, the planet Earth. Yeah.
Wait. Because he literally caused the split up of Pangea, could you make the argument because continental to multi-continental, I think, is a 7 times difference? Well, oh my god, I'm out of breath.
You breathe. Yeah.
All right, breathe. What was I gonna say? Could you make the argument that because Scrat caused the split up of Pangea,
Mhm.
and that Pangea is a supercontinent that is made up of all the major land masses on Earth, could you make the argument that he's actually multi-continental?
Oh no,
Yeah,
100%.
it's-
Yeah, no, that would be a
it's
super
pretty solid
continent.
argument.
Yeah, Pangea is literally a super continent.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you can
It's
100% make the
comprised of
argument.
multiple continents, so it's multi-continental by definition.
By definition, yeah.
you,
By definition,
Right.
yeah.
you know,
That's
yeah,
actually not
you
a
know,
bad take
Eon.
for
Maybe
full
you're
show,
maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah, you should maybe just power scale Scrat and be like Scrat just solos Naruto.
Fuck it. I mean, with the Horty Jones video, I don't know if you guys checked it out. Yeah, no, Horty
haven't
Jones
yet.
is kind of gross. I got to a point where I didn't even like actually bother reading the number that I got when I did 2 to the 90th power for like the potential 90 pills that he ate, assuming that he eats 30 pills per transformation, considering that in both cases, you know, he eats like 30 pills. I don't know, man. Like,
Where he's like
Like,
180
over
septillion
100.
180 septillion times the speed of light.
yeah,
is
something like that. Yeah, 6 cents,
Yeah,
something like that.
so-
When he did it like 2 to the
With over
100th power.
100.
Mhm.
In
I
this
just
category.
imagine that Hody tries to shift and he like the
Wait,
air
let me-
just
let me
starts
do the math.
exploding everywhere he moves.
I
'cause he's
didn't-
moving too
I
fast.
didn't.
Mhm.
I didn't. When I made the video, I didn't like really bring up the point. I put it in the video like text because I didn't like read it until afterwards. A normal Uchimizu, the water shot, a normal shot only packs the same power as a punch, and he had that thing travel 150 kilometers.
Yeah, I did the math. If he just like downed 90 freaking energy pills,
Yeah.
he would be going 1.23 times 10 to the 27 times the speed of light.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. As a
You know what?
Uh-huh.
I was gonna say, you know what's also interesting, Eon?
Yeah.
When's that Power Rangers video coming out, man?
Oh my
Good
god,
point.
dude.
I've been waiting,
I
man.
know, I
I've been
know, I
waiting. When's
know,
the scaling
Bob. I
gonna
know,
drop?
Bob. What series
the
do you want
scaling
me
gonna
to?
drop?
What series do you want me to scale? Because like, honest, there's a lot of Power Rangers, man. There's a lot, dude. Like, there were just
How
like 20
about
versions and
to
shit.
okay. How about to make this easier? So since you don't really have to consider anything too crazy, I think SPD RPM should be like the safest bet for you.
SPD. I
Uh,
remember watching SPD as a kid. I think I stopped before RPM. I was gonna say, just don't
RPM's
make me
peak.
do. Yeah, I was gonna say, but probably. I have no opinions on it. I was
No.
gonna say like, just don't make me like. If you guys really want a Power Rangers video, just don't make me do like OG, like Gen 1 Power Rangers. Because
Oh,
I really hate that fucking
oh,
theme song, dude. I really hate the Mighty Morphin
yeah.
theme song, dude.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
just
yeah.
want a Power Rangers video.
I,
you
Like
should,
spearhead that shit,
yeah,
you
man.
should check
yeah.
out the Power Ranger comics actually.
Power Ranger comics. I'm aware of the comics.
Don't do
I
that.
was
Don't do that.
Oh,
That's
they're
because
great.
I was
no.
thinking of doing because I was
There's
thinking
Power
like if I
Ranger
ever do
comics?
Power Rangers comics, I was thinking of doing the Lord Draken video. I remember watching like 2 years ago some like deep dive into like who Lord Draken is, the evil version of Tommy Oliver, and my
Yeah.
jaw was almost dropped with all the dumb shit that I was listening about Power Rangers lore, man.
Mm,
They're crazy.
I'll look for one that's juicy for you to scale, but you know whatever.
Yeah,
Get
no, I
to that when you
appreciate
get
it.
to that.
Yeah. I'll get to it. I'm thinking about doing. I'm considering buying Sonic Adventures 1 and 2 since I've got a special version of Unleashed on my PC now. So I maybe like start
Mm.
streaming some Sonic scaling videos. I just don't know what the scaling is gonna look like because I've played Sonic Adventures 1 and 2 plenty of times. I don't think there's like at least statement wise anything too crazy, and I think they basically just reached planetary because of the Eclipse cannon and because of chaos.
Maybe
Technically.
uh, I would suggest if you're gonna get into video game stuff, maybe just do I don't know like Ashura's Wrath, Elden Ring,
I do have.
or Black
Is
Myth.
Asura's
do-
Wrath on Steam?
Expedition 33.
Let me see. It
Well,
probably
actually,
is. Let me check.
6. I think I do get paid this following week. So, and I don't think I can stream on Monday. So, depending on when I get paid, I can actually just start
if there's
doing
ever-
Expedition 33 scaling.
Yeah.
there's
Expedition 33. I will tell you this, Eon. It has some pretty good feats with
Yeah,
some of the
Six told me they
characters
reached
being.
like Universal.
Yeah, but
yeah.
specifically what
Ashura's
I've
Wrath
seen-
gets really
Possibly
high.
World Multi.
Yeah, well, what I've
Except for the
seen
Power
with like
Rangers.
certain black hole feats, you can get some like large planetary stuff using the Schwarzschild radius of the black hole.
For what series?
Expedition 33.
Oh, for the
Expedition 33.
You said there was the Sword Shield. What?
Expedition. Oh,
I know one thing for sure. Instead of buying Pokemon ZA, buy Expedition 33 because
Well,
it's
Six
much
gave
better
me
value.
no. Six gave me the thing to do it. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy. I want to buy it because I generally did want to play the game, but I'm also gonna buy it partially because of that.
I'm just dissing on ZA because
Yeah, no,
ZA 's crap.
ZA looked like terrible. When I saw that video that you sent.
ZA looks like EA.
It's funny because like
It's in the name,
one
I
of
guess.
my friend one of my
Couldn't
D&D
wait.
friends was like so excited for it. And they talked about
Dude.
how great it is. It's like, dude, do you know what you're saying? And it's like, well, yeah, the game is a bit lackluster, but it's the only Pokemon game I can get, and I love Pokemon. It's like this is why things stay the same way they are.
So I do want to do some game scaling. I think maybe tackling Sonic immediately might be a bit too much. I've just also been like in a bit of a rut in terms of like scaling, just because I'm like the idea that IMAX gave me for this video I just uploaded. It was like I could do like a stream on it, right? But I was also like I'm still feeling like some crazy burnout. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. My mood's been like pretty shitty the last couple of weeks, and I've just been struggling to see like what I could work on that like can be immediate content plus things. That's why I'm kind of moving towards the video game stuff. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like again going through the burnout thing. Once I feel like I'm back really at it, I can start like looking at new IPs. I'm thinking about like while I play through Expedition 33, stream it and take notes on it. I might just do a couple of like just. I'm like about to just deep dive straight into this whole just One Piece curb stomps Naruto. Like I'm really about to just stop I'm about to really just stop being nice with it. After I posted
There's-
this video, I'm about to just stop being nice with it and just do the Law versus Kakashi and just be like, listen, what the fuck did these guys do? Like, you remember Shift? Remember that thing that made the Otsutsuki fear Sasuke's Rinnegan? Yeah, Laws just has that shit on pay-per-view, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean,
Sorry.
I don't know. Like, I think some people will probably say like 6-year-old Kakashi could like solo all of One Piece.
Yeah. Team Naruto
Yeah.
and Team Kakashi and Sasuke all solo. I was really, you know what?
Kakashi can solo One Piece.
Yeah. Team Kakashi can solo One Piece. You see how fast he
Good,
moves
from
with the
the,
lightning blade? He moves
Infinite
so
Tsukiyomi
fast
feeling
that he
already.
can't even see where he's going. He gets tunnel vision, guys.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Do any of you guys know about the Infinite Tsukiyomi scaling?
The fuck is it?
What?
Uh,
I know about the it's not infinite. It was like semi-infinite Tsukuyomi, the
Yeah.
imperfect
Well, not the
Tsukuyomi
Infinite
scaling.
Tsukiyomi. What the fuck is it called?
are you talking about
Dimension-
what was
different
it?
dimensions
Road
or
Road to
whatever.
Ninja,
Are you
Road to
talking
Ninja, yeah.
I like
No,
that.
no, like the one that Obito uses.
Yeah, wait. Which you're talking about Road to Ninja then, right? The one where like they're in another
No, no,
world. No. Okay, what you're talking about like the one where he summons the
Oh,
giant fucking god
Kamui. Yeah,
train.
it's the Kamui dimension.
Oh,
I don't know
Kamui
why I was
dimension.
thinking Infinite
Oh,
Tsukiyomi.
Kamui. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about it?
Basically, it was stated to be infinite in a data book, and yeah, high universal scaling from there.
wait. So okay,
How
let
do
me.
you
let-
how do you scale?
Yeah, okay, so
I'm confused. How do you scale?
So because they're saying that that it's like infinite in size or whatever, I'm assuming that they're saying that like Obito
Uh-huh.
created a dimension or whatever that is infinite in size, therefore he must have infinite power. But
Yeah,
the thing with
from
that
what I
that
read
also,
is-
uh-huh.
Sorry, go ahead.
But was it ever stated he made it?
No,
Yeah,
so
I thought it was
it's an
just there.
ability.
I don't remember
So
exactly
here's
where,
the thing,
but
right?
someone told me
It
about
it kind of seems to follow the same kind of logic as Kaguya's Ame no Minaka, where it's not so much that she literally wove the dimensions together that she created, the ice, gravity, lava dimension. It's not so much that she wove them together. At least nothing implies that she literally created them like from scratch with nothing else. And if anything, it seems like they must have awakened or the abilities must have spawned as soon as she opened up her third eye. Right? At least if you go by like the anime adaptation filler where like as soon as she opens up her eye, she just immediately gets like the whole fit, the horns, everything just pops up for her. So the thing is that like they're essentially making the argument that because these dimensions come from the dojutsu, from their dojutsus, then they have to have equal power to do it. But it's one of those cases where it's like, what if the dimensions just come via proxy of just them awakening the dojutsu? You know what I mean? Like it's not inherently
Yeah.
equivalent to power.
But six.
But the only reason I
Remember-
brought it up is because
Yeah.
it was some insane rat scaling that I heard, and I thought it was pretty
Okay.
funny.
So so to answer Julian's question, by the way, the semi-infinite Tsukuyomi, or whatever the fuck it's called, in Road to Ninja, I saw the video that this one dude, he doesn't comment on my channel anymore because I just stopped replying with shit. He basically commented on the Naruto Universal meta, and for those of you that might not know, essentially they use Road to Ninja because Kishimoto worked on it, thereby saying that like it is canon to the series to say that Obito with 6 of the tailed beasts, 6 or 7 of the tailed beasts, has the
7.
has fuck you has the capacity. I saw the South Park episode. It doesn't mean anything, bruh. Anyway,
What do you mean? You're 6'7", bro.
all right, fuck you. So the 7
Well, actually, Lapis is.
the 7-tailed beasts that Obito has essentially are able to create not an actual genjutsu, but instead a literal separate dimension / reality where with the chakra of 7-tailed beast he's able to create a separate dimension / parallel universe where everything sort of happened differently, where like Naruto goes bad, Sasuke's still good, Minato and Kushina never died, so on and so forth, right? And they essentially use that plus some of the really weird text that comes from the I think it's the Road to Ninja promotional material and some data book statements, just in general, like the things that make people believe it's universal, in order to say that like this is what so if 7-tailed beasts do this, the Naruto with the strongest tailed beast plus Gyuki combined into the 10 tails absorbed into Madara and Obito just automatically makes them universal or some shit, especially because of the creation of all things or whatever the fuck it is. And the really ratty part about the scaling is that like it fails to ignore the fact that the infinite Tsukuyomi, by sheer proxy of just being a deflective genjutsu off the moon, is less impressive than creating a parallel fucking dimension because of seven-tailed beasts. It's just so inconsistent.
Yeah, also like working on the movie doesn't really mean much. I mean, Oda worked on Film Red, but it's confirmed not to be canon besides like Uda as a character
Yeah.
and Shanks' portrayal in the movie.
And yeah, no, the
But
Shanks stuff at the
6.
end.
Yeah, but 6. Remember, roof piece Draper Point calcs that I did.
Oh yeah, the
Fuck
Draper
you.
Point shit. Wait, what about the data book statement, the Vivray card statement that says what's his face? Ace created a star and Blackbeard sucked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
If
One Piece
I
story, dude.
if I like wank the shit out of that island they're on to like the size of like Alabasta, what is that? The size of like Australia.
Yeah.
Well, if you do the freaking if you use the Schwarzschild radius of that black hole, it should be solar system level.
Also, considering the explosion of that flame star and that black hole, wouldn't that just mean that like everybody on the fucking island died? Like, wouldn't that have just
yeah.
killed everybody
Probably.
Well, to be fair, if any of us, well, sorry,
Oh, no, you go. Yeah.
what I was gonna say is, to be fair, if you're even within like the general vicinity of what the hell just happened there,
Yeah.
you are quite literally being like freaking evaporated and turned into literal atomized spaghetti.
Someone said when I'm in a taking everything hyper literally competition and my opponent is a Naruto power scaler.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
no. This is what I do. Like if Naruto stands are gonna take stuff extremely hyper literally, even though they are hyperbolic statements, I'm just gonna find every single statement in One Piece and then take it as true, and not use the idea of hyperbole existing. Like I mean, if you're gonna use the same logic, I'm just monkey see, monkey do. Like I don't know what to tell you, mate.
If you use like star or solar system level through Kaguya, like One Piece just has better star and solar system metas.
Yeah, but their star and solar system because Kaguya was going to destroy a star inside her dimension. Allegedly, she never did. By the way, what are you guys' thoughts on CP0 versus Rinnegan Obito? Julian asked.
Allegedly. That's a tough one because. Oh wait, Rinnegan.
Rinnegan Obito. I thought that was actually. I think you and I both thought that was Ten Tails Obito.
Yeah,
they speak blitz on one
So
side.
you said 10 tails?
No, it didn't say 10 tails. It just said Rinnegan. If it was
if it's 10 tails, yeah.
Yeah, no. If it was
Rinnegan.
It's Rinnegan. No, the comment specifically says Rinnegan, but no. Like if it was 10 tails, then you could technically argue Obito summons God Tree, charges up like multiple tailed beast bomb, and blasts them inside that red barrier. They have no way of getting out, right? But like, this is just Rinnegan Obito. What the fuck does he do?
Probably, Lucci would probably just take that shit, low-key. But for Rinnegan, because he still has Kamui shit.
Yeah, but
so
he can't attack as long as he's in Kamui. He can't attack. And they would always
that is true.
And they would
Stussy could also just like. Yeah, I was just gonna say Stussy could just catch bro lacking and just bite him, and he's cooked.
Just turn into a fucking jaguar or leopard and bite on his arm?
No. Stussy, the vampire shit.
Oh yeah, Stussy could just literally speed blitz Lucci. I mean base Lucci, sure, but she speed blitz base Lucci. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, one tap.
I know one thing's for sure: neither verse can defeat Lady of Pain. That's just me saying.
Lady of Pain.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
D&D character. If you want to know how
D&D
powerful
shit.
she is, she's pretty much. I think she's maybe omniversal because to explain what she did.
Okay.
No, to explain what she did.
Omniversal.
She literally the entire fabric of her reality nearly got destroyed by Vecna. So she says like, all right, screw this. I'm changing the rules, and she literally changed the rules of D&D from 2nd edition to 3rd edition, as a casual thing.
What six? I'm less familiar with outer versal scaling, but like, what DEFCON of like freaking outer versal scaling are we talking about? Are we talking like DEFCON 5 where it's like, okay, this is some stuff, or is it like DEFCON 1 and it's
What the fuck? Ooh, wait.
Oh,
Okay. I think he muted himself. Okay, that was a little crazy. Um. I mean,
Soundboard thing.
omniversal's a funny ass word. Where did you get it from? Ben 10 Omniverse?
I don't. Well, it's more in the sense that it affected all of the known reality in
Okay.
Dungeons and Dragons,
Okay.
which is
Wow.
and
That's actually
and
kind of crazy.
and this wasn't just like in the sense of like, oh, the rules of magic changed, or oh, the rules of God. This affected every aspect of the entire known multiverse of D&D. Like entire afterlives were literally merged together because she went like, there's too many afterlives cluttering around. I'm just gonna just smush them together.
That's insane. Imagine
Did she
taking
fuck with
afterlife itself.
concepts at all or no?
Like, well, no, not an afterlife, afterlives, because there's multiple afterlives. In the sense, she literally smushed heaven and Olympus into one place and said, "Okay, you guys are neighbors now."
That's insane. That's actually
guys,
crazy.
remember when Ben 10 didn't have Alien X? Remember when it was just a little ass kid with 10 aliens that he could use? Man, I remember those days.
The simpler days.
I kind of wanted to do some.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about I was thinking about maybe doing some content for Ben 10 because a friend of mine likes it. I like it too. But obviously I don't want to fucking have to watch 4 separate fucking series because I'm not doing the reboot. Yeah, it's Alien X.
Isn't the reboot?
Well, you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? What?
No,
I was gonna say the reboot is like its own thing.
Yeah, no, the
for
reboot's its own
the
thing, yeah.
OG series. I will say this: if you're gonna do Ben 10 related shit, maybe do Generator Rex. Only 2
Dude,
seasons.
I love Generator
My
Rex,
boy
man.
needs a shout out.
Honestly, you know what?
Yes.
Fuck it. That let me jot that down. Actually, I'll
Put
jot
him
that
on
down
the
first
map.
of all. Put him on the map. Type shit.
Put him on the map.
Yeah, no, because like the nanites that the Omnics have is kind of crazy.
If we're all gonna be talking about old shows people remember, I remember Symbiotic Titan.
Symbiotic Titan, yo, I remember.
Oh yeah, that was some.
Oh yeah, that one.
I remember
that's
I remember
okay.
watching like one of the
Yeah.
first episodes being like the episode where they were trying to do a knockoff of like what was a knockoff of like Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift because they had like a Japanese dude with a fast car. It was just a whole racing episode, and then I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I like this. And then like 3 weeks later, I remember as a kid they had an episode with what was it? One of the it was like one of the things that like made it super infamous. There was like an episode where they were like gonna throw a party or some shit. I forgot what it was, but they were constantly showing ass. And I think in one of the cases, the robot dude, what the fuck was his name? He was sitting down, and this chick literally just started twerking in front of him. I'm like, wait, what the? I just remember sitting there at like 7 or 6 p.m. in my living room, thinking, yo, I gotta change the channel. My mom walks in, I'm getting bodied.
Yeah, you're getting cooked.
Yeah.
You're cooked.
That show was great,
was
but
a great
it got
show.
cut short. Sadly.
Yeah, I kind of wish I knew what the ending was. Like, it never
Yeah.
got
There
an
was
ending,
no
right?
ending. It was cliffhangered.
Oh, that sucks.
No.
There was
That was
also
clipping.
there was also I know that Generator Rex also kind of left off
Damn.
not on a not on like a cliffhanger, but it didn't finish off properly, right?
Like
Uh,
there was
it kind of did leave off on a cliffhanger too.
it kind of was a cliffhanger.
Like, well, kind of, cause like, I think after Rex like got rid of the nanites and became a god for like 2 seconds, he like was gonna start fighting regular supervillains or whatever, and they're like, it was kind of like they're gonna do a 3rd season, but it just didn't happen. So
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
gotcha.
what happened with It reminds me of what happened with Transformers Animated.
Ooh, Transformers
That-
Animated was great. They should've added that out.
don't
Love
fucking
that.
remind me, bro.
I
Don't
remember
remind
watching.
me, bro.
I think I
Love
watched
that.
That
series.
pissed me off.
I think I rewatched that
It
series.
pisses me
a year or
off.
two
That
ago.
was so fucking peak.
Especially because I was a huge Transformers animated fan since I was like basically out of the womb.
Me
essentially.
too.
Yeah, same. Well, I was like a
I was
little.
my main shit was Transformers Prime, but like Transformers Animated was still peak though.
Yeah, it was.
I never saw.
I was
Prime.
like 4. I remember my dad getting me like all the Transformers from that series, and I remember season 3 didn't come onto DVD and like Blu-ray until 3 years after it like finished airing. And then
That's crazy.
what's even crazier is there were actually toys for what was going to be a potential season 4 that were released in Japan,
Yeah,
did
there's
not release in the States,
Mhm.
and the series ended. The series just ended,
yeah.
and I was
There's
like, bro.
also there was also like concept art 2 of season 4, right, by Derek J. Wyatt, I believe, like
Yeah,
some
Man,
alternate universe shit.
yeah, and it's
man.
crazy because part of like the thing they were gonna do with season 4 was there were still like a bunch of Decepticons that were just
Yeah.
lurking around.
And the
Like,
Autobots had just the Optimus and his crew had finally just gotten the respect of everybody else. He
yeah,
just got like the
they
Ultra
finally
Magnus hammer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they finally
yeah.
they finally defeated Megatron.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah,
fuck
Yo,
all
that's
that.
yo,
I'm gonna just start scaling total drama. Fuck
yeah.
this.
Hell yeah, bro.
Anything but that.
let's throw in some total drama scaling into the fucking
Oh,
channel, bro. I'm trying to see who the fuck beats my boy
Yo,
Owen in a fight.
yeah.
Alejandro too.
Mike slams. Let's be
For real.
honest.
Yeah.
Mike does slam actually, kind of. Wasn't
Mike
Mike?
Owens-
Didn't Mike? Wasn't Mike like the guy that had what was his face? He was the guy that had
Yeah.
multiple personality disorder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh
would
yeah,
have.
that guy.
Yeah, he would have. He would have unironically
Yeah.
have been like top of the verse if it were if they didn't like get rid of Mal. There was some crazy shit
Yeah.
with him. Also, no, actually, wasn't there like the red haired girl? Wasn't she also like kind of crazy? Because like last episode, she just became super fucking athletic out of nowhere. I remember her doing like backflips and
like-
shit out of nowhere.
She like locked in near the end of the season, and I
Yeah.
think kicked Chef's ass, kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah,
So she had some crazy stuff.
Man.
Oh, and fucking the I forgot his nerd. Erwin.
Arwen,
The nerd. Yeah, the nerd dude that made like an Iron Man suit
It wasn't
out
it
of
like
scrap.
it was. It wasn't Irwin. I know. I think you're referring to like Irwin from Billy and Mandy. I know who you're talking about though. It was
Yeah.
like Dante or some shit. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, like Dante from Black Clover.
Super nerdy one from the same season as Mike.
By the way, man, fuck all that. I'm about to do just regular show
Dante,
scaling.
Dante from the Divine Comedy.
The Divine Comedy from Dante's Infernos from the hit series DMC Devil May Cry.
Cameron,
What the hell
that's
is Devil
fucking
May
Cameron, yeah, Cameron.
Yeah.
I
Devil May
remember
Cry
he
doesn't
has the
exist.
same name as me.
6. By the way, would you like to promote what was it? What agenda did you want to promote? Lucci meta? Lucci agenda?
Yeah, the Lucky agenda. I got
Yeah,
you. Let me
go
look-
ahead.
Let me pull out the scans real quick.
Pull
I'll
out the
just drop 'em in
scans.
the-
I will go get some water and then I'll step out because I do need to take care of something. Let me go get some water while you set up the scans. Go off, guys.
Not having scans on standby for this is insane.
Crazy works 6. Lock in.
Yeah, lock
I
in
have scans on
6.
standby. I'm dropping them in right now.
Uh-huh.
I'll drop them in like batches of 4, I guess.
Okay.
Also,
Actually, how are you
I
gonna show that the game's not on the? Yeah, never mind. We'll
Don't worry
come
about it.
Oh yeah, 6. When because I'm planning on ordering the entire like current all the volumes of Don pretty soon. Once I'm done reading all of it and like reading up to the most recent chapter, I think we can start planning our debate a bit more.
All right.
Let me know when you guys want to do your debate. If Thine and Bob are both available, we can
Yeah, the problem is that we just want to get every single thing, like just know like 100% what we're doing. Just make sure we did not miss anything because it's going to be Momo Okaroon, Gigi, and Ira versus Susie, Chris, Rouse, and Noel from Deltarune.
Wait, we're doing Deltarune versus Don.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay. That
yeah.
sounds fun. That sounds fun.
Yeah, because originally this debate came up with started because there was some we saw someone's video and we saw that they basically downplayed both verses, at least in our opinion. So we kind of just want to get the our like takes on the scalings for both verses out in the power scaling ecosystem right now,
Yeah.
because it's I feel like I am when it comes to like the light speed and above meta for Deltarune, there's barely anything out there,
Okay.
despite there being a lot of evidence pointing towards that. And we also just want to disprove that the Don caps at 100 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, a lot
Wow.
of people just seem to ignore the thousands of light speed feats just to push 100 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, they're actually
Okay,
both
okay.
verses are actually
Also, yeah.
yeah. I'll
I was
say
just
both
gonna say
verses,
it's. No, you could go. You could go.
I was gonna say both verses, at least the research we've done right now, are pretty comparable to each other, as long as you're not using universal scaling for Don and the multi-solar system level wank
Okay.
for Deltarune in the most recent chapters. But
Would you guys like to do this on, or would you guys like to do this on stream?
I mean, I would, but as long as Six is okay with it.
Six, would you like to do it on stream?
Where's Six? I know he's here.
He ran away in fear.
He fell asleep
ran away.
again. He fell
Did he
asleep
fall
again.
asleep
What
again?
do you
He
mean? I
slumped
said I'd be
again.
down.
You always fall asleep in VC, bro.
I
You
Fuck
can't
you,
talk.
sometimes on my phone I do check into like the Discord at night and I just see like Six alone in a debate. not in one of the like the debate things by himself. Just like
Yeah.
I'm sure he's having fun. All right. So Six.
All right.
um,
Push your Lucci agenda.
Push your Lucci agenda. I'm all for
That
it.
first skin
Oh,
dropped. Here is
Admiral
base
Slayer's
Lucy
crazy.
matching base
I'm.
Luffy in the anime. This anime scene adds further context to what happened before
Mhm.
they started fighting, because it just immediately flips to both them in their Gear 5 and Awakened forms respectively.
Right.
It shows that basically base Luffy and base Lucci are stalemating each other.
Right. Okay.
In this next scan, hold up.
You can take him one at a time if you want.
Yeah. I think they
Sakamoto
went out,
Days.
got out of order a little bit. It's fine.
Someone says Sakamoto Days has more light speed feats than Naruto. Sakamoto Days is just that
That is very
good.
true.
uh,
All right, so
we're doing. I'll type it in the chat. You can go. Sorry. Oh.
in this next scan, I have Luffy clashing equally with Lucci in Gear 5. And in these next few scans, I have Lucci blitzing Luffy and killing Sentomaru, while also breaking his defenses, something that Kizaru couldn't do. Next up, I have him. Let's see. Taking a Gum Gum Don Whip insanely well. He basically just tanks it and then gets back up like nothing happened.
Define tanked.
Tank taking very little or no damage, which is what happened here.
Okay, continue.
Yep. So next up I have Lucci dodging one of Luffy's attacks. And dodging another one of his attacks, and then he's consistently dodging in these panels. And in this last panel, I have Lucci after the fight, where he is completely, basically unscathed. You can see he has one bandage on him, but other than that, there is no injuries that can be seen on his body. All right, give me 2 seconds. Let's see. And next, I have him portraying relativity to Gear 4 Luffy in his whatever the fuck this form is called, leopard form, yeah. Like full leopard form. He is shown to have the same speed and is portrayed to have the same attack power, even though that is not directly stated. This next scan is the Kizaru panel I was talking about, where he couldn't break Sentomaru's defenses and Lucci could. And then I also have Kizaru saying, my defense is just as tough as yours, which means that Lucci could also break Kizaru's defenses.
So what I'm
And
hearing
here I
is that
have-
Kizaru's a Lucci victim.
Yes. This is my
Hey,
whole
I
agenda.
swear to God, I will evict you
Let me
from
finish,
reality.
Let me finish, bro. Let me finish. Nah, let me finish.
I
bro.
swear to God.
All right, so in this next panel, I have Zoro fighting equally with Lucci. Lucci's parrying his attacks in King of Hell, and he's got 3 swords out. And
No diff by Zoro. Continue.
and in the very last panel that I have, here is Zoro clashing with Nostro, who is a fucking elder and one of the stronger elders.
You need to get
And
that last part in
finally,
there for that
here
real
is
quick.
Kizaru getting knocked by one named attack from Luffy, while Lucci took multiple. All right, so what all of these scans portray is Lucci has higher AP, higher durability, and is just overall stronger and much better of a fighter than Kizaru. If you get
I swear to God, Six. I swear to God. I you know what? You know what? It doesn't matter. It's just Glaze.
You know
I'm
what?
not gonna lie. I'm kind of Six was kind of cooking with this one, bro. I'm kind of convinced right now.
Shut
Yeah,
up. Shut up.
He clashed
Shut up.
equally with
Alright.
Gear 5 Luffy. He portrayed
He did.
he
You see how he's
portrayed
punching with Luffy?
Hey,
They're both getting knocked away.
He
Yeah.
portrayed
I'm gonna have to go with
yeah.
Mob on this one. Six is a little bit of a wanka, wanka, wanka,
That's
wanka,
Wanka.
wanka, wanka.
Yeah. I don't know.
Fine says Frankie Roadkill. Crazy work.
Damn. I don't know. He is clashing with the elders. The elders scale above the admiral. I don't know. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. All right, guys. If you guys want to have any like closing words, I'm probably gonna end up the stream here. Just thank you guys for making this night very lively. I had a lot of fun, honestly. To Drake, Rico, the mods, Bob, Six, Lapis, Thine, even though he wasn't here, I'm sure he would have made this whole situation just as enjoyable. I forgot, I think it was it Cool Man? No, I forgot his name. One of the newer members that joined. He was also here.
Choco.
Choco, yeah, Choco, yes. I also want to thank Choco, if he's not, in case he is or isn't listening. Yeah, no, this was fun. We can definitely do more of these debates, as we get more and more members to join. I think it was very productive.
Oh, now you decided.
Crazy.
Wait, what?
Crazy.
Last minute join. Look in VC.
Crazy.
Yeah, fine. You missed out on everything.
That's okay.
You literally. Yeah,
I
he came
literally
out.
was not interested in the
You missed
debate.
out
I'm
on my
gonna be
Luccious
so.
Canary plays, bro.
I
I don't
I
care about Frankie Roadkill 6. I don't.
Yo, Thigh, did you hear Six's absolutely fair and justifiable scaling for Rob Lucci being above all the admirals and even the Yonko?
I
Eon,
don't believe
I
it
swear to
exists.
God.
Just because I know he sits there and glazes that spotted leopard bastard,
That's what I'm saying.
like it was his own dad. Anyway,
That spotted
Yeah,
leopard bastard
I
is crazy.
yeah, Eon, I swear I will force you to eat beans. Keep it up.
I would rather incinerate myself in the fires of hell than eat beans, bro.
Your consent is irrelevant.
That is crazy.
whoa, no, Bob, consent is king here. Like, come on,
Hey,
what the fuck?
No.
I'm allowed
No.
to. I'm allowed to choose what I can and can't eat.
Okay, yes and no.
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
in a coma,
Well, I'm not in a
your mouth,
coma.
my choice.
Your mouth, my choice
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a crazy. That is
So what we're saying is we gotta get Eon into a coma so he can shovel beans in his mouth.
see, Lapis picked up on what I was putting down.
All right, but at that
Yeah.
point, who's uploading videos for me then? My
Us, the mod team. Don't worry.
Fungus.
Sure. Bungus, sure. Yeah. Bungus will come back after I took him behind the shed. Yeah. For sure.
So you do admit it.
I
You
admit
did
to
it.
what? Admit to what? I took him behind the shed. That doesn't.
Yes.
What does that mean? What? That's your interpretation versus my
Hold
intention.
on. No, Eon. Do not be sitting there saying that's your interpretation when the colloquial phrase is taking something behind the shed literally implies you are ending its life.
Well, whoa. That is a
Yeah,
very big
buddy.
allegation. That is a very big allegation. Just because some people choose to interpret it that way does not mean that I meant it said way. I just meant I took him behind the shed. You know, I showed him what the back of the shed looked like. He just flew away. What do you want from me?
So you took him behind the shed.
He flew away. He has wings. What do you want from me?
He flew away.
That's crazy.
He flew away to the farm upstairs, buddy. What are you talking about?
Clearly, obviously.
Crazy.
He went to live on a farm in
Yeah, no, he
upstate
went
New
to live
York.
on a fucking farm. It was a fucking moth. It was a fire moth that likes to go live in farms. Farms have lots of fires and what have you.
No, they don't.
Yes,
They don't, Eon. I literally lived in the Midwest for over a decade. No, they fucking don't.
Yeah, that's just a personal bias right there. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my god, motherfucker says, oh yeah, 10 years of actual evidence gathering? Clearly just anecdotal.
Just
Man, eat
anecdotal.
my fucking
100%
longitudinal
anecdotal.
shit.
I never said what kind of farm he went to go live in.
I said a farm in upstate New York. Like, you, as far as I know, you live in the city. You ain't know nothing about no ski slopes, bro.
I might have been talking about a cucumber farm for all you fucking know. All I'm saying is...
You're a fucking cucumber, yeah.
What the fuck's that? Ouch. Fuck. Anyway,
look, it could be worse. It could be worse, Eon.
It could be worse.
You could be a Rob Lucci glazer.
That
that is worse.
Oh no, Six was pretty convincing with the scaling. You know, he did clash with this Juro, who scales above the admirals. He fought what was it, Luffy to a standstill. You saw how they clashed and they both got knocked back. Man, I don't know. I've never seen something like that happen with Luffy before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was.
I just wanted to confirm one thing, Eon. Look in general. I just want to confirm if this was you, buddy.
British food has done irreversible damage to white people. It's bullshit like this that makes me want to take Bungus behind the shed. He was immune to fire, not fire. Again, you don't know what I actually did behind the shed. Anyway, you have no proof of what I did behind the shed. On everyone's soul, that's what
it's within it's with a reasonable level of doubt.
Well, reasonable level of doubt is still just anecdotal. What do you mean? It's still just circumstantial.
Yeah, you're
It is
innocent.
circumstantial, unless you
Have
find.
you ever? No, you don't need definitive proof that somebody did a crime because somebody could have completely have gotten rid of every bit of proof out there. However, there could have been enough like errors in their alibi
Mhm.
or their statements
Uh-huh.
to still prosecute them for a crime.
That's 100% true, but where's the crime? Have you seen Bungus? Have you heard from Bungus?
My
Bungus
God,
hasn't been around
that's
for a while.
crazy.
Has Bungus told
We
you that
have
he's
to
dead?
Are you asking me to summon the corpse of a dead man?
I saw his dead
That's
body.
crazy.
You saw his dead body? All right.
Yeah.
Where'd you see it? Where'd you see it?
Where'd I?
In your shed.
Yeah, like
I said
in
I
your-
took him behind the shed. I never said I put him in the shed or brought him in.
You clogged the
How the
pipe
fuck do you have a shed? I thought you lived in New York City.
I never said where
Yeah.
I live. Now we're just making assumptions. But anyway, gentlemen, I do have to step out. I hope you guys have a
I gotta
wonderful
go
rest
watch
of your
your
night
video.
stream. Yeah, the video will be up for everybody tomorrow morning. Guys, thanks so much for joining. This was fun. This was really fun. I'm gonna end the stream here. Catch you all later. Be sure to drink some water. Yeah.
Remember,
peace out.
eat your
Don't eat
beans and
beans. Don't eat
invisible.
beans.
Don't
Don't
forget
eat
to
beans.
eat
People
beans.
don't eat beans. Don't
Yeah.
eat everything.
And
you do,
invisible
don't
food.
Drink your
eat.
invisible
Don't.
And
water.
invisible
All right,
food.
that's
Make
enough
sure
of
to eat
that.
your
The
invisible
stream is
food.
over.